I know we all want this COVID thing to end, and it will. The restrictions in place now won't last forever. Smart people are figuring out how to get vaccines to everyone, but it will take a little longer. Until then, we need to recommit and finish strong. COVID won't stop spreading on its own. We have to stop spreading it. Meet with friends outside, social distance, and most of all, wear a mask. We're all in. Are you?
Some people see just another local Utah sports app. Oh, wait, what? A local Utah sports app? Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com, Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love, the latest news, insider analysis, podcasts from the pros, and so much more. Free. Available right now, anywhere you are. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast.
Seriously fast. Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
You'll receive an instant pre-approval before you start shopping.
Your completed mortgage file will be underwritten by UCCU's very own in-house professionals.
Like us.
Seriously fast.
Buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
We love the new apartment.
The natural light is amazing.
Hardwood floors.
There is a bit of a clogging problem.
At least Geico makes it easy to bundle our renters and car insurance.
Yeah, helping us save even more.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
It's a beautiful night for baseball in Orem, Utah. Jordan Bianucci alongside Ryan Pickens bidding you welcome as the Wolverines get set to take on Brigham Young. They made the quick trip over from Provo, and Devin Smith, the Utah Valley starter, on the mound taking his warm-up tosses. And with that, I will send it over to Ryan, who has the lineups.
All right, Mitch McIntyre, the center fielder, leads off, followed by Peyton Cole and Andrew Pintar. Cole Gamble, the right fielder, hits cleanup. Jacob Wilk, the first baseman, will hit fifth. Josh Cowden, the designated hitter, hits in the sixth spot. Danny Jelilich, the left fielder, hits seventh. Abraham Valdez, the catcher, will hit eighth. And then Brock Watkins will round out the order and bat ninth. BYU will face the right-hander Devin Smith, who's 0-2 on the year, making his 15th appearance, his first start of the year. He comes in having gone 16 1/3 innings for Utah Valley. Opponents hitting .281 off the right-hander. Defensively for the Wolverines in the outfield, it will be Jake Plakas, Andrew Hacker, and Alexander Marco. On the infield, Mick Madsen, Garrett Broussard on the left side. It will be Mitch Morales and Cade Polson on the right side. Drew Sims behind the plate. And Jordan, I think one of the biggest questions to kind of keep in mind tonight is Devin Smith hasn't been used to starting for the most part of this year, so I wonder how long he can go for interim head coach David Carter.
First pitch fastball right there on the outside corner, taken for strike one. First pitch at 6:01. The game time temperature 65 degrees here in Orem. A lovely evening. Well, associate head coach, interim head coach, as McIntyre swings and misses. It's 0-2. Dave Carter said he's hoping Smith can give him 2 innings. And it's a predetermined staff night for Utah Valley, so we'll see a lot of pitchers coming out of the bullpen. Devin Smith, really Utah Valley's closer this season. 0-2 pitch, came in and it hit him. McIntyre hit in it looked like the left leg, and he's going to head down to first. Well, that's a mistake from Smith. He had him 0-2 and missed with a fastball. Ouch. So McIntyre is on base. That's how we get started. And here is Peyton Cole, the sophomore, hitting .244. 1 homer, 9 batted in. a left-handed hitter. 5 lefties in the lineup for BYU tonight.
And this is something to keep in mind. We've talked about in these matchups, Jordan. Walks and hit batters could become something key to watch for.
Indeed. Here's a high fly ball into shallow left field. Coming in is Plakas. He's battling the sun. Shields his eyes with his glove, makes the grab. And there's one away. So Cole is retired on 1 pitch. And here is Pintar. The Wolverines have struggled this season gifting runners with walks hit by pitches. If they can limit those, they've pitched relatively well. Utah Valley comes in with a 7-35 record. BYU is 16-23. Fastball misses down low to the right-handed batter, Andrew Pintar, and it's 1-0. So nothing but fastballs so far from Devin Smith. He's in the low 90s with him. Polson holding on McIntyre at first base. Slider, ball 2, misses down and away. And it's 2-0. The home plate umpire is Travis Roberts tonight. Matt Hershey is at first base, and Dax Upton is the third base umpire, stationed to the right of second base on the infield grass currently. The 2-0 pitch coming to Pintar. A swing and a soft line drive into right field through that big hole as Polson was holding on the runner. And there are 2 men on with 1 man out here in the first inning for BYU.
Well, Jordan, I've just been informed we had a late lineup change here into the press box right before first pitch. Jake Plakas will not be in left field tonight. It's going to be Jeff Ahrens who will be in there for Jake Plakas. Again, this is a change before the game, so it's not a substitution. So we could see Jake Plakas later on in the ballgame.
Well, that's interesting. It's funny you mentioned that because when I saw Ahrens coming in to make that catch, I thought, is that Jeff? That does not look like Jake Plakas, but he was not in the lineup. Here's a pop fly, shallow left field. Ahrens can't see it. Ahrens now says he can, makes the grab. Staying put at second is McIntyre. Pintar stays at first, 2 away. So some adventures out there in left field to begin this ball game. That sun is setting behind the first base grandstand, and it's only going to get worse, I beg your pardon, for that left side of the infield and left field. So luckily, if you're a Utah Valley fan, Ahrens is able to shade his eyes and has made 2 routine plays, however, not routine in this top of the first. 2 down. Here is Wilk. So Gamble retired. The right-handed batter stepping in. Wilk swings and misses at a first pitch fastball from Devin Smith right there on the outside corner. McIntyre is at second base. He was hit by a pitch. Pintar at first. He singled. Wilk hitting .228 on the year in 92 at-bats. Takes a fastball on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2. Devin Smith has done a nice job for the most part in this first inning, getting ahead of hitters. We'll see if he can finish off Wilk here. Does not have to come into the strike zone. 0-0. Top of the first inning, BYU and Utah Valley. A swing and a foul down the right field line. An excellent emergency swing there by Wilk, flailing at that fastball on the outside corner. He stays alive. Jacob Wilk, a junior, 2 homers on the year. 17 men batted home. Devin Smith peers in, working from the stretch. Now comes set. 2-strike pitch is in the turf, blocked by Sims. Heading for second is the runner Pintar. They throw him out. I thought Pintar at first glance got under the tag, but he's out, says the third base umpire Dax Upton. An excellent throw by Sims. We head to the last of the first. It's the Cougars 0, the Wolverines coming up.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast.
Seriously fast. Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
You'll receive an instant pre-approval before you start shopping.
Your completed mortgage file will be underwritten by UCCU's very own in-house professionals.
Like us.
Seriously fast.
Buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com, Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love. Free. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
You want to bring it back?
Bottom of the first inning here at doTERRA Field at UCCU Ballpark, as Utah Valley will come up for the first time tonight, and we'll go ahead and give you their batting order here in this one. Mitch Morales, the second baseman, leads off, followed by Garrett Broussard and Cade Polson for the Wolverines. Drew Sims will hit in the cleanup spot. Alexander Marco fifth. Payson Hayes, the DH, hit sixth. Andrew Hackers in left field hitting seventh. Mick Madsen hitting eighth. And then it will be Jeff Ahrens rounding out the order and batting ninth. The Wolverines will face the left-hander Cy Nielsen. Nielsen, a sophomore from Spanish Fork, 2-2 on the year, making his 16th appearance and 5th start. He's gone 26 2/3 innings. One of the big things to keep an eye on, 23 walks to 27 strikeouts, so a potential to give up some walks. We'll go quickly here with the defensive alignments. Joe Illich in left, McIntyre in center, Gamble in right, Peyton Cole, Brock Watkins on the left side of the infield, Andrew Pintar and Wilk on the right side. Catching will be Abraham Valdez as Morales is into the box. Jordan, this is where you'd like to see Utah Valley get off to a quicker start. Maybe make Cy Nielsen work a little bit and kind of see, because when you have almost a 1 walk to 1 strikeout ratio, that can go kind of either way as an opposing team.
The Wolverines will look to make him throw strikes. He delivers a first pitch strike, fastball at the knees to Morales. It's 0-1. Well, for the first time in a long time, Eric Matson is not in that third base dugout tonight for Utah Valley, as he resigned 2 weekends ago. David Carter, the interim head coach, 1 strike pitch to Morales is chopped up the middle, ranging to his right as Pintar. He dives, he has it, throws to first, and they get him by a half a step. What a play by Pintar, diving behind the second base bag, pops up and throws out the slow-footed Morales, and there's one away. An excellent play by Pintar. So here is Connor Broussard. I say Connor. Garrett Broussard, I beg your pardon. The freshman hitting .213. Did come up with his first home run of the season this weekend at Dixie. The lefty, Nielsen, working from the stretch with the bases empty as Broussard is laid on a first pitch fastball and lines it down the right field line. Foul. Polson is on deck. 0-0 our score. Bottom of the first on GoUVU and the WAC Digital Network. The 1 strike offering. Fastball misses high and away, and it is 1-1.
That's the thing, Jordan. Sometimes as a hitter, you're gonna place the ball just in the wrong spot, and the defender just makes a great play. If you're Mitch Morales on that ground ball, 9 times out of 10, that's probably a hit, and the 1 time it's not. It just happened to be your 1 at bat tonight.
Broussard swings over a slider from, I think that was the slider, a slider or a changeup, not sure on that one, from Cy Nielsen. 1-2. Yeah, Morales, not much you can do about that. Setting up outside now is Valdez, and Broussard spoils a fastball in the outside corner. A little dribbler off to the right, and the count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases empty, 1 out here in the last of the first inning. Broussard has seen Nielsen this season. He doubled off him back when these teams first met earlier this year. He's 1 for 2 overall against Nielsen as he rolls 1 foul on the third base side. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Broussard with just a .278 slugging percentage. The 1-2 pitch to him, a swing and another foul. High and off to the right. So a good battle here between Broussard and Nilsson. BYU is coming off a 4-game sweep of St. Mary's in Moraga this past weekend. So the Cougars are playing good ball. In fact, they beat Arizona State a week from today, last week. Strike 3 called, a fastball on the inside corner, and Broussard is down on strikes. Here is Polson. Utah Valley getting ready this weekend to take on New Mexico State here in Orem. Here's Polson with the bases empty and 2 outs. 0-0 our score, last of the first. Utah Valley is, as Ryan, you put it before the game, 4-ish games back of Northern Colorado for that last spot in the WAC tournament, as a changeup settles in there on the outside corner. Strike 1 taken by Polson. So the Wolverines have to get going. They've lost 9 in a row. They'll try to turn it around here tonight. Utah Valley has not beaten BYU since 2016. Here's a swing and a drive deep to right field. Way back there. Home run! Polson goes the other way. It's 1-0 Utah Valley. Home run number 4 on the season for Polson. RBI number 19. And Ryan, Utah Valley does indeed get off to a good start.
Well, it's one of those things. Cade Polson right now might be swinging the hottest bat in the Wolverine lineup, coming off of a weekend at Dixie State where he hit over 500 in the series. You know, he's one of those bats, Jordan, that can kind of make the difference. One of the big kind of keys, I think, for Utah Valley, they got to get some production out of the middle of the order. Polson, Sims, and Marco the rest of the way if they're going to get hot. I do think the New Mexico State and the Seattle series are winnable series for the Wolverines.
Sims takes a breaking ball in the turf for ball 1. Nilsson set the pitch. Sims, a slider right there at the belt. Strike 1. It's 1-1. So a 2-out solo home run gives Utah Valley a 1-0 lead off the bat of Cade Polson. Sims looking to extend this first inning here. 1-1 the count to him. Nilsson set. Here it comes. Another slider, misses low. And it's 2-1. Sims, you mentioned, trying to get that bat going, Ryan. He was 1 for 10 this past weekend. Made an excellent defensive play in the top half of this inning, throwing out a would-be stealer, Pintar, at second base. Ball misses. It's 3-1.
And for Drew Sims, kind of a tough weekend. I mean, at least stat-wise, but he had much better at-bats than that 1 for 10 stat line's going to show. And that's kind of what you want to see. You want to see guys continuing to have good at-bats and doing the little things. And sometimes those 1 for 10s, well, you don't like those, but it gives you an opportunity to try to get that back going.
3-1 is swung on and fouled off to the right. And I don't think that was, if that was the fastball, Nilsson took something off of it. And Sims was late, so full count. 1-0 Wolverines. Marco on deck. He would hit should Sims reach. Marco had a good at bat off Nilsson. 2 good at bats, 2 hits. He's 2 for 2 off him this season. 3-2 pitch. Sims swings and fouls it back to the screen. A challenge fastball right down the middle of the plate. Sims a tad late, and we'll do it again. Nilsson peers in, left arm dangling. He throws, slider, froze him right there on the outside corner. A good-looking pitch there from Nilsson. However, Utah Valley takes the lead. Cade Polson goes deep, an opposite field solo home run. It's Utah Valley 1, the Cougars 0 on the WAC Digital Network.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is a premier award-winning student property in Orem. With nearly $5 million in renovations, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or online, and the resident assistant program is nationally recognized.
One to nothing Utah Valley as we head to inning number 2. If you're watching on the WAC Digital Network, you see Devin Smith there. Back out on the mound for inning number 2. An adventure in the first inning. He had 2 men on with 2 men out. He bounced one in the turf. Sims sprung on it and threw out Pintar trying to reach second base. So Wilk, who is at the plate, leads off this second inning. Righty versus righty. First pitch, breaking ball. Slider misses down low, and it's 1-0. Jacob Wilk hitting .228. Fastball misses down and away, and it's 2-0. A beautiful night here in Orem. In the high 60s. A slight breeze blowing out toward right field at the moment. 2-0 pitch, a swing and a high pop-up. Foul territory, first base side. Now backpedaling is Paulson, and he can't get to it. It falls foul just to the right of the foul line. About a third of the way down the right field line. And it's 2-1. I don't know, maybe the wind wreaking some havoc with that one.
It kind of looked like it. You could tell that he was like under it there for a minute, just kind of kept backpedaling, and a pretty good wind right now, kind of swirling around in the outfield. So that could be kind of interesting, especially not so much on a line drive, but Jordan, that ball gets up in the sky. It's going to carry a little bit, so we might have to see that at least here until the sun goes down.
2-1 pitch. Fastball misses inside. It's 3-1 now to Wilk. Well, we saw, I don't know if the wind had anything to do with it, but Polson did hit his home run to right field back in the last of the first. That's how the Wolverines have their lone run. A swing and a foul tip at home plate at a fastball low in the zone, and the count is 3-2. Cowden on deck. Then it'll be Danny Jelilich here in the Cougar second inning. Smith set. 3-2 pitch. A swing and a liner foul down the right field line. A fastball that Wilk just got the end of the bat on to stay alive. Nobody up in the Utah Valley bullpen. We were told it's a predetermined staff night, so we'll see how, if Devin Smith, if he can get through this second inning, if he'll go any farther. A fastball misses low to Wilk, and that's a leadoff walk issued by Smith. So here is Cowden with a man on.
Now batting number 17, Josh Cowden.
Cowden, a left-handed batter. A junior hitting .206. 4 homers, 16 men batted home. Wilk held on by Polson. Here's a swing and a high fly ball. Deep to left field in the ballpark. In front of the track is Aarons. He makes the grab. And Cowden is retired on one pitch. So the Cougars being aggressive early on in the count tonight. 3 batters have now been retired on one pitch. And here is Jelilich with a man on and a man out.
And you think of it, too, Jordan, what that kind of does for Utah Valley is if you're going to be aggressive early on, that keeps the pitch count for Devin Smith down, which may give interim head coach David Carter an idea of saying, well, maybe I'll let him go one more inning or something like that. So it could play to the advantage of Utah Valley.
Here's a chopper to third. Matson to second for one. Back to first. Not in time to double up Jelilich. He beats it out. So a fielder's choice as Wilk is retired from the base paths. Jelilich at first, and here is Valdez with 2 down. A really great crowd out tonight. Obviously not a sellout with the COVID-19 rules. Everyone trying to socially distance in their pods, but the berm, everybody on the blankets, lounging on the grassy berm that extends from behind the third base dugout all the way into left center field. Here at doTERRA Field, first pitch to Valdez is a fastball on the outside corner, strike one.
Some advantages to Utah Valley getting this game later in the year than typically we're done playing BYU in early April, and so you get it in May where it's a warm night like this where people can kind of crowd in the ballpark.
Fastball swung on, popped up. Foul territory down the right field line. Polson giving chase. He's not going to get there. It falls harmlessly foul, and it's 0-2 to Valdez, who's hitting 200 in 55 at-bats this season. Well, it goes to show you these two teams, if they can make it work, should really play more than twice during the season because the community likes it. I mean, some of the biggest crowds of the year are when the in-state matchups occur, especially this one. These two schools just 7 miles apart. 0-2 pitch misses way up high from Smith, a fastball. Not a good 0-2 there, an easy take for Valdez. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Watkins is on deck. Jelilich at first base, held on by Polson. A big hole on the right side of the infield. 1-2. Did he go around? He did, says the first base umpire, Matt Hershey, and the inning is over. First strikeout of the night for Devin Smith. We go to the last of the second. It's the Wolverines 1, the Cougars nothing.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please, don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here4you to learn how to get the care you need.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
One to nothing Utah Valley as you take a look at the construction, the steel beams going up for the new temple for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints being built here in Orem. And I did not realize, Ryan, until now that it's just right beyond, or beyond the right field line, I should say. So here is Marco to lead off the second. So in the future, look out if Utah Valley gets some sluggers.
That would be, that'd be impressive for sure.
A fastball taken on the inside corner. Strike one from Cy Nielsen. And it's 0-1. I mentioned back in the first inning, Marco has seen Nielsen twice this season. He's 2 for 2. A double and a single. The lefty throws. Slider stays high on the outside. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Marco, Hayes, and Hacker here in the last of the second. For Utah Valley, all right-handed batters tonight for the Wolverines. 1-1 pitch swung on and fouled back. A fastball, thigh high, and it's 1-2. Oh, nice job by Devin Smith in the top half of this inning after giving up the leadoff walk to retire the Cougars in an efficient manner. we'll see if he starts the top of the third. Here's a looping liner that carries out to left, but Jelilich is there. He puts it away, and Marco's retired. 1 down in the second. There is a left-hander getting up in Utah Valley's bullpen. That is Dawson Day throwing for the Wolverines. Here's Payson Hayes, the right-handed batter, hitting with the bases empty. Hayes, the DH for Utah Valley tonight. A junior hitting just 172, 2 homers, 4 RBIs. The Wolverines have really struggled offensively this season as a fastball misses way outside, ball 1. However, Marco, who just lined out, he is second in the nation in doubles. So while the Wolverines as a team have just not hit well here in 2021, Marco has hit pretty well. You wouldn't think it looking at his average, just 264, but a lot of doubles this year, 18 to be exact, as Polson takes one up high. It's 2-0. I say Polson, I beg your pardon, Payson Hayes. Hayes, a right-handed batter, lefty versus righty. Fastball on the inside corner. Taken for a strike, and it's 2-1. Hayes takes time. Adjusts the batting gloves, now digs in. It's going to be tough for these hitters to see as the shade continues to encroach on the infield. 2-1 pitch, fastball. Strike 2 called, and Hayes can't believe it. Travis Roberts giving that inside corner early on tonight. So 2-2 now. Cy Nielsen peers in. That shade will cut across the first base side and toward left field, and the ball will travel from the sunshine into the shade as Payson Hayes swings and misses really late on that fastball. Out number 2 here in the second inning. That is the third strikeout for Nilsson. And here is Hacker with the bases empty and 2 down. Andrew Hacker, a freshman, has had just 45 at-bats this year, 8 hits, 1 home run. Back foot on the back line of the batter's box. He swings and fouls the first pitch back to the backstop, a fastball, and it's 0-1. The Cougar bullpen, quiet. Cy Nielsen has given up just the 1 hit, but it was a home run off the bat of Cade Polson. 1-0 Wolverines. Bottom of the second. Nielsen peers in, now comes set at the belt. And a fastball dives down and in toward the back foot of Hacker. Ball 1, it's 1-1. The wind has died down a bit now. Just kind of swirling out there on a sunny night in Orem. 1-1 pitch. Hacker swings and hits a slow ground ball to the left of Cole at third. He has it, throws to first, and the inning is over. Utah Valley goes down 1-2-3. We head to inning number 3. It's the Wolverines 1, the Cougars nothing on the WAC Digital Network and GoUVU.
We can stand together by standing far apart.
Stay 6 feet apart from other people.
Wear your mask when you go out.
Wash your hands often.
If you feel sick, stay home. Be respectful of others.
The choices you make are critical.
By protecting yourself, it helps protect all of us.
Your actions can save lives.
What we do now will shape our future.
Stay safe.
Join the Wolverine Club, a simple message with a major impact.
Finds the back of the net for the Wolverines!
Support student athletes like former Utah Valley University women's soccer star, graduate, and Rhodes Scholar finalist Hannah Bruce. Not only is Hannah the first UVU student athlete to be a Rhodes Scholar finalist, she is currently studying to earn a master's degree in neuroscience at the renowned University of Oxford in England. Support the next Wolverine Rhodes Scholar finalist by joining the Wolverine Club today.
inning number 3. Utah Valley with a 1-0 lead over BYU. Devin Smith back out on the mound for his 3rd inning of work for the Wolverines. He will face Watkins, McIntyre, and Cole. That's 9, 1, and 2 in the BYU batting order. And it is my great pleasure to hand it over to Ryan Pickens.
Thank you, Jordan. Brock Watkins getting ready to step into the box here in the top of the 3rd inning. A 1-0 lead for the Wolverines. Devin Smith will get the chance to start the 3rd, working from the stretch. His first pitch is lying down the left field line, fair and into the corner. Watkins around first, digging for 2. The throw coming in from second on a hop, and it came out of the glove of Morales right there. Had that ball been caught, the tag would have been applied, and I think Watkins would have been cut down trying to get into second base. But the Cougars of BYU will get their first break of the night, as that ball was hit down the line in a bang-bang play. That was almost an out.
That was a great throw by Jeff Ahrens from the left field corner. A short porch in left field, just 305 down the line. And that was an absolutely perfect throw on one hop to Morales, and he just couldn't squeeze it. And I think you're absolutely right, Ryan. He would have been out.
So the tying run in scoring position as the first pitch, a fastball that misses high and away to McIntyre for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on the Cougar center fielder. Hitting .288 on the year. Was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. The pitch on its way, swung on and fouled away. Down onto the berm, and there's a lot of people down on the berm, down the left field line. I don't think there's going to be a lot of kids running for foul balls, because the berm is really that packed, and at least in kind of just down the third baseline past the Wolverine dugout. I think doTERRA is here tonight. UCCU may be here as well. Fastball high and inside for a ball 2. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike on McIntyre. Of course, this is the UCCU CrossTown Clash. And Utah Valley with a lead 1-0 on BYU. Devin Smith checks Watkins at second, comes home. Fastball on the outside corner for a ball 3, and the count runs 3-1 here on McIntyre. And a local feel, looking down a lot of both of these lineups, multiple players from each club, being not just from the state of Utah, but from Utah County. Here's a 3-1 pitch on its way. That one's lined into left center field. That will tie the ball game. Watkins around third. He will score the ball to the deepest part of the park. And Watkins and McIntyre will trade places, and we're tied at 1 here in the 3rd. An RBI double to left center field for McIntyre, his 18th RBI of the year.
That's a great job by McIntyre, seeing a fastball low in the zone on the outer half and just going the other way with it. Or excuse me, going the other way.
And now third baseman Peyton Cole will be the hitter.
You're going to see Dawson Day, the lefty, get up again in the Utah Valley bullpen.
And now David Carter coming out of the Utah Valley dugout, and this might be the end of the line for the right-hander Devin Smith today. Carter making the slow walk out to the mound for the Wolverines. Has yet to make the signal to the bullpen, so it might just maybe be a quick visit, but as he looks down there, I think he might just be giving Dawson Day a chance to get a few more throws in.
Yeah, Carter back out there, of course, the longtime pitching coach for Utah Valley. No longer, now the interim head coach, Joldy Watts, the pitching coach. And Carter taking his time out there, and now Travis Roberts will break up the meeting.
So now with Travis Roberts going out, this is when I would imagine would see David Carter now point to down to the bullpen, and he does, and we'll have a pitching change. We'll go ahead and take a break here at doTERRA Field at UCCU Ballpark. We're tied at 1, top of the 3rd here on the WAC Digital Network.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
Passionate about putting you in the know before you go. It takes the KSL weather specialists. Weather made special.
New pitcher on for Utah Valley. It's Dawson Day. This will be the lefty's 9th appearance. He has a 5.59 earned run average. He's thrown 9 2/3, walked 14, struck out 15. Opponents are hitting 278 off the lefty. The last time we saw Day was in St. George this past weekend. He went 1 1/3, gave up a hit, no runs, walked 1, struck out 2. So that's Dawson Day. Struggles with the command at times, but strikeout stuff for sure. The Cougars have a man at second base. We're tied at 1. The batter will be Peyton Cole.
So Cole's making his way into the batter's box here in the here in the top of the third inning. 1 run in for BYU. And I should say Cole's not quite making his way to the batter's box yet. Dawson Day still has another pitch.
Well, in that case, Ryan, let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. In the WAC tonight, it's just this game and Grand Canyon taking on number 9 Arizona down in Tucson. That will be an interesting game to keep an eye on. GCU in second place in the WAC, just coming off a series victory at Sac State this past weekend. Currently the 1 seed in the tournament.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens the next couple of weekends as Peyton Cole shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes the count here on Peyton Cole. Cole flew out to left in his only plate appearance of the ballgame.
Well, Cole is just 2 for 11 this year against lefties, so perhaps playing a part in the sacrifice bunt. We'll see if he squares around again.
So the umpire coming out of and pointing to Dawson Day, almost like he was warning him of something, but nonetheless, we're ready for baseball here. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Day
and Sims need to get on the same page. Day isn't sure what the sequence of the signs is, which this is the first man to hit after coming in from the bullpen. So they should be on the same page.
So Day ready to go from the stretch now on the mound. Peyton Cole ready to stand in the box, and we're ready to go here with 1 ball and no strikes the count on Cole. Day checks the runner, comes in, bunt shown, pulls it back, but takes it for a strike. And the count evens up at 1-1 on the BYU third baseman. Cole, a sophomore, standing in.
Day, a transfer from Boise State. Just a very sad story. Boise last year had their team.
As a fly ball is lifted to left field, giving it a look is Aaron's, but it gets into the bullpen for strike 2, and it's 1-2 the count here on Peyton Cole.
Broncos had their baseball team back after so many years without a team, and then COVID-19 hit, and they lost the funding and no longer have a ball club. I think at least 2 former Broncos on this Wolverine squad.
1 ball and 2 strikes the count on Cole. As Day kicks and delivers, and he kind of a defensive safety swing there as that one was about to hit him, and he fouls it away into about the 5th row of seats, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes the count here on Dawson Day, or on Peyton Cole, sorry. Dawson Day, the left-hander, ready to go to work here with the runner on at second base is McIntyre for BYU. Ready to go from the stretch, checks the runner at second, the pitch on its way. It's fouled back to the screen, and we'll do it again. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count here on Peyton Cole. Tied at 1 here in the top of the third inning, nobody out. As Cole steps in. Utah Valley, outfield straight up, infield pretty much straight up here. Day kicks and comes home. Ground ball back up through the middle, base hit. Getting the green light coming around third is McIntyre. The throw from Hackers cut off by Polson. It's a 2-1 lead for BYU. So Peyton Cole, a good job of just taking the pitch right back where it came from. Gets the base hit. And that will close the book on the starter, Devin Smith. As Andrew Pintar, the second baseman, will be the hitter. Pintar on the year, hitting .312, having a really productive campaign for the Cougars. The sophomore from Spanish Fork takes the first pitch, high fastball, 1 ball and no strikes here on Andrew Pintar. We talked about a lot of local connections in this ball game, as Pintar from Spanish Fork High School, about 10 minutes down the road here in Orem. The 1-0 pitch, fastball stays high for ball 2. And it's 2 balls and no strikes on Pintar, who singled back in his first plate appearance. Cade Polson holding on Peyton Cole over at first base. Day checks the runner. Comes home, the 2-0 pitch in there at the knees for a called strike. And it's 2-1 here on Andrew Pintar. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors for BYU. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors for the Wolverines. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Day kicks and comes home. That one swung out and missed. Strike 2, and the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Andrew Pintar.
Well, Utah Valley would love to turn a double play here. They've turned 39 double plays this season. The Wolverines are tied for 4th in the nation in double plays turned. And the middle infield has really been a bright spot for the Wolverines this season.
Day ready to come home. Here's the 2-2 pitch. On its way to Pintar. Fastball high and away, ball 3, and the count goes full 3-2 on Pintar. So Day trying to navigate now the middle part of the Cougars lineup. Infield back for Utah Valley. Or double play depth, I should say. Day checks Cole over at first and comes home. A 3-2 pitch. Swung out and missed. Strike 3. Just blew it by Andrew Pintar. And Pintar couldn't catch up there to the fastball. And there's one away. A big strikeout there from Dawson Day, as Cole Gamble will be the hitter. And now, as Jordan mentioned about double plays, well, you're a ground ball away from being out of the entire inning. As Gamble, another local kid, a 6'2 junior from Alpine, Utah, started his college career at Salt Lake Community College. Went to Lone Peak High School. Throws over and back diving is Peyton Cole. 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. BYU with 2 runs across. Getting the inning started with a pair of doubles that ultimately tied the ball game, as the first pitch comes high and tight to Gamble. And it's 1 ball and no strikes here on Gamble. So we'll see here the Wolverines if we have a pitcher an inning, or if we kind of continue with the trend we saw last weekend at Dixie State, where it was 1 time through the order. Ideally, you'd like to get 1 time through the order, meaning that you go about 3 innings. That one off the glove of Drew Sims. That one's to the backstop. Peyton Cole goes to second, takes a hard turn, and now will hold up. There, he acted like he was going to try to break for third, but right there, a heads-up move by Cole, probably just to stay at second.
Well, that ball almost hit Gamble, and Sims had to reach way across his body to grab it and couldn't squeeze it. We'll see if they rule that. That should be a wild pitch, although we're used to seeing Sims make that play.
Ready to go. Day comes home the pitch on the corner and low, ball 3, and the count runs to 3-0 on Gamble. And Dawson Day losing some of the command, having a hard time finding the strike zone here in the top of the 3rd inning. With Gamble at the plate here, no action in the Wolverine bullpen, so right now if you're Utah Valley, Dawson Day's your man. Here's a 3-0 pitch on the corner, but misses low and outside, ball 4. And BYU with runners on at first and second with 1 away. and that will bring up the first baseman, Jacob Wilk. Wilk will stand in from the right side against the left-handed hitting Dawson Day, and this is the kind of the inning you wanted to avoid if you're the Wolverines. This is the inning in past games with the Cougars, especially at home, that's really cost Utah Valley. Wilk stands in from the right side. Ready to go right here. The pitch on its way. Wilk takes a fastball low for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes here on Wilk. Wilk, a 6'4" junior from Salado, Texas. Stands in. Big frame. At the 6'4", 235, standing in. Has some power in the bat. Day comes home. Fastball misses high and away. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Logan Pettit is sitting down in the bullpen, so I'd imagine we might see Pettit at some point tonight.
Well, we just saw the lefty Spencer Triplett start to get loose, and he has since sat back down in the bullpen for the Wolverines. Day has to dig deep here. He's got to come in.
The 2-0 pitch on its way home to Wilk. Fastball swung on and missed. Strike one.
So Wilk with the green light there. After Day had not thrown a strike in a while, but he gets the fastball by him.
Still 2-1. Good fastball count right here. Ready to go. The pitch on its way. Fastball high above the belt. Ball 3, and now it's 3-1, and you're in a big-time fastball count if you're Jacob Wilk and BYU.
Yeah, Wilk may try to put both cheeks into this one, Ryan.
1 gone here in the top of the third. Runners on at first and second. Ready to go. Day checks the runner and comes home. Wilk swings and misses. Strike 2. And the count is full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Jacob Wilk.
Well, Day's not trying to fool anybody. That's a fastball right down the middle. Pure challenge.
Challenge fastball seems to be the word right here. We'll see what Day does here with the full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes here with 1 gone. Day kicks and comes in. The pitch called strike 3, and Wilk thought it was ball 4. Started going to first and then gets rung up. Strikeout number 2 for Dawson Day. There's 2 gone here in the third, and that brings up the catcher, Josh Cowden.
Well, that was another fastball, but it had some movement cutting in on the right-handed batter. That was an excellent fastball, and a nice job by Sims making it look good.
That was one of those almost 50-50 pitches where you can kind of see it going either way. You probably could have lived with it if you're Utah Valley either way. Honestly, you'd rather have strike 3, though. Here's Cowden, the first pitch on its way. Cowden swings and misses. No balls and a strike. On the designated hitter, Cowden, another kid from Payson, Utah, played at Spanish Fork High School and Salt Lake Community College. 6'2", 175. No balls and a strike, the count. Day checks the runner and comes home. The pitch blocked in the dirt. A good stop by Sims. He can't find the baseball. Quickly picks it back up. Right there for Utah Valley.
A good matchup here for the Wolverines. Cowden just 5 for 27 this season against left-handers.
1 ball and 1 strike to count. Day taking a long look at first. The runner's not being held on. The pitch on its way. Cowden swings and hits this one to left. Aaron's going back. He will turn. That one's off the wall. 1 run will score. The throw cut in. Matson tries to apply the tag, but Gamble back on the third base bag. But scoring on the play is Peyton Cole. It's 3-1 BYU.
Well, I think that one's on me. He's now 6 for 28.
So Jelilich now will be the hitter, with runners on at second and third, and this is that big inning you really wanted to avoid if you're Utah Valley, as now Mike Littlewood coming out, as Josh Cowden appears to be a little bit shaken up over at first base, so Mike Littlewood will go down and check on his base runner over there. Mike Littlewood, in years past that I remember, has coached third base, but this year he's given that assignment to associate head coach Trent Pratt. So Cowden kind of testing out his leg right there, and we'll see if Mike Littlewood, how much he wants to really play Cowden tonight, especially if he's potentially hurt. The Cougars, you talk about this being a non-conference game, and you could see Mike Littlewood maybe just remove him as a precaution, but at least for right now, it looks like Josh Cowden's going to stay in the ball game, and he'll have a conversation over at first base, I'm sure, with Cade Polson from Mapleton, Utah, and Maple Mountain High School, as some of these kids in different graduating years with a couple of the extra eligibility years that, you know, the differences sometimes between high school graduating class and being a senior in college. But, you know, Polson and Cowden over there at first base will probably exchange some pleasantries as the pitch comes in. That one swung on and missed by Joelich.
You don't think they'll come to blows over
and
there?
It's 0-1. I wouldn't think during the middle of the game. That doesn't sound like a good idea. But, you know, no balls and a strike to count on Joelich. Runners on the corners right here for Josh Cowden, held to a long single on that ball that was hit down the line. As pitch 2 misses low for a ball. I thought Cowden had gotten into second, but Cowden must have came up kind of limping after that play and just held over at first base.
And the throw came into third, so I, like you, was surprised that he wasn't at second.
Ready to go right here. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. The pitch on its way. A breaking ball gets to the backstop. Sims didn't have a chance coming in to score. Gamble slides into home. It's 4-1 BYU. Josh Cowden now does go down to second base on the wild pitch. That one just getting to the backstop, and this is kind of what BYU has done in some of these games, especially here at doTERRA Field at UCCU Ballpark. They've just taken advantage of some of these mistakes, and Joelich, the 8th hitter to come to the plate here in the inning for BYU. Still 2 gone here for the Cougars. The pitch on its way. Joelich swings and misses, strike 2, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes on the left fielder for BYU.
Well, I'm with you. You called it perfectly, Ryan. It was not even close. I don't know if it slipped out of his hand or what. It was 10 feet to the right of home plate.
Drew Sims didn't have a chance.
No, I mean, it was.
He could have just started running for the backstop almost. The 2-2 pitch, however, hits the inside corner, called strike 3. Dawson Day gets 3 Ks in the inning, but the Cougars get 4 runs. We move to the bottom of the third, 4-1 BYU.
I love this view.
I love it every time this commercial airs. I get to drink another Mountain Dew.
UCCU is both a credit union and a full-service mortgage company.
Which means that UCCU always provides the lowest rates and lower insurance premiums than other lenders.
When your mortgage rate and insurance premium are lower, your monthly payment is also lower.
It's just science.
That's more money you can put into your home.
Or back into your pocket.
So if you're thinking about buying or refinancing a home, talk to us.
The credit union that's been putting people over profits for over 60 years.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
Get the breaking news, weather, and traffic you need to know before you go. Wake up to real stories from real people. The news specialists on KSL Today. Mornings made special.
I love this view.
I love it every time this commercial airs. I get to drink another Mountain Dew.
Top of the 4th inning, a 4-1 lead for BYU on top of Utah Valley. Ryan Pickens and Jordan Bianucci as we get set and ready to go for the top of the 4th inning as coming back out will be Dawson Day to start for the Wolverines. Day's going to get Abraham Valdez to lead it off. The catcher will be Valdez, Watkins, and McIntyre, the part of that BYU lineup that really got things going in the third. So we'll see what Dawson Day can do right here. A fastball missing away for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes, the count on Abraham Valdez. Utah Valley, some arms down in the bullpen. We'll see some changes tonight. The pitch on its way settles in at the knees, and the count evens up. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, a nice night at the ballpark, as Jordan mentioned earlier. We've been here in some games between these two teams where it's been cold, and cold some more.
Ooh.
The 1-1 pitch on its way, as that one's fouled back. Of course, we had kind of the opposite this weekend in St. George, where it was 97 when we got to the ballpark Friday night, 92 when we got to the ballpark Saturday, and then, well, not when we got to the ballpark, but by the time first pitch rolled around. And then, a nice, crisp, cool, 82 on Sunday. Of course, on getaway day, it had to be the 82 day. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count right here, as the pitch comes home. A breaking ball again that just doesn't have any break to it. Goes to the backstop for ball 2, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I was checking out the WAC Digital Network this weekend, so I didn't know what was really going on. I could see 2 teams were playing, but there was no commentary to help me.
You had to listen to the radio broadcast on GoUVU.com, Jordan.
I was pulling up different tabs, Ryan. It was a whole thing.
The 2-2 pitch on its way. Fastball stays high, and the count runs full. 3-2 on Abraham Valdez. Valdez will stand in from the right side, ready to go. Right here. The 3-2 pitch, about ready to come home. Dawson Day kicks and comes home. The pitch low, ball 4. That one was in the turf, and the leadoff man aboard for the 4th straight inning for the Cougars. And now that brings up shortstop Brock Watkins, and I think we may have a pitching change. David Carter, the interim head coach, made all the pitching changes last week. Joel Watts just made all the visits last weekend. He'll take the ball, however, from Dawson Day, and we'll have a pitching change here at the ballpark. We'll take a break here on GoUVU.com. Runner on first for the Cougars, a 4-1 lead for BYU over UVU in the UCCU Crosstown Clash.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is a premier award-winning student property in Orem. With nearly $5 million in renovations, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or online, and the Resident Assistant Program is nationally recognized, keeping you safe and secure. Lease right now and get $200 off your first month's rent. Wolverine Crossing. This is home.
At Murdoch Hyundai, the model year-end sales event starts now. The open road to adventure begins at Murdoch Hyundai. Visit Murdoch Hyundai today and get 0% interest for 6 years on a new 2020 Santa Fe or Sonata. You walk through our doors, you feel like family. At Murdoch Hyundai in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please, don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here-for-you to learn how to get the care you need.
Winter has arrived, and with it, the Murdoch All-Wheel Drive event. Be prepared for any Utah winter roads. Visit Murdoch Hyundai today and get 0% interest for 5 years on a new Tucson. When you walk through our doors, you feel like family. At Murdoch Hyundai in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast. Seriously fast.
Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
And buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
We don't need such a long break. The new pitcher for Utah Valley is Logan Pettit, a 4.58 earned run average. He's walked 13, struck out 21 in 12 appearances. He will face the right-handed hitting Watkins with a man on.
So Brock Watkins will stand in, a double to left in his first plate appearance. And he'll see the first pitch miss away from Logan Pettit for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Watkins, a sophomore from Pleasant Grove, Utah. 10, 15 minutes maybe, well, maybe not even that, 10 minutes north of Orem. 1 ball and no strikes, the count here on Brock Watkins as the pitch comes home on its way. This one low and inside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes, the count on Brock Watkins.
Now Pettit has started him off with 2 breaking balls. Pitching him backwards here.
Pettit ready to go from the stretch. Runner over at first. Valdez, there's a check swing. That one missing low though again, ball 3. As again we see a breaking ball to Brock Watkins and it's 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes the count. Here at the top of the 4th inning. The pitch on its way, 3-0, misses high, ball 4. And back-to-back walks here in the 4th inning for the Cougars. And now back to the top of the lineup. Here is Mitch McIntyre will stand in. A double to left center and hit by a pitch in the ball game for the leadoff hitter for BYU. A lefty versus lefty matchup right here for Logan Pettit. Runners on at first and second, nobody out here in the 4th. Pettit comes home, breaking ball, this time gets the corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1.
Well, Ryan, those 2 walks will hurt you anywhere, but those are the 8 and 9 hitters. You got to attack the 8 and 9 hitters. Instead, Pettit comes in and walks the first man he faces on 4 pitches.
The 0-1 pitch on its way on the corner, that one missing low and outside. Not even on the corner, that one off the plate and low, and the count evens up at 1-1.
And it's like David Carter always says, you can't defend against walks.
1 ball and 1 strike, ready to go. Pettit looks in. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that one in there for a called strike as McIntyre pleading his case, trying to say, hey, that one was kind of up and in. But they're going to get that one for strike 2, and it's 1-2 on the Cougar center fielder. Runners on at first and second, nobody out, top of the 4th inning. Pettit checks the runner at second, comes in. The pitch swung on and hit high into center field. Coming in is Hacker. Broussard will give way to Andrew Hacker, who makes the catch in shallow left center for the first out of the inning.
Hacker had to come a really long way. As you mentioned, Ryan, playing in dead center field, 408 to dead center. He was playing fairly deep, and that was in shallow left center field. So a nice job by Hacker just to get there.
As now third baseman Peyton Cole will come to the plate here for BYU. Cole 1 for 2's flown out to left. Also had a base hit up the middle. Back in the 3rd, the pitch on its way. Swung out and missed by Cole. And the count moves to 0-1 here on Peyton Cole.
Well, if Logan Pettit can command the breaking ball like that one there, a changeup, he's in a good spot.
Pettit ready to go right here. Comes in, the pitch, swung out and missed, strike 2. And there's that breaking ball that Jordan talked about. Just missing, just hitting the right spot there. No way Peyton Cole's going to be able to make contact with that. And if he does, he's beating that one right into the ground. No balls and 2 strikes to the count. We'll see what Pettit comes with here. The 0-2 pitch, fastball low and away. Change of pace a little bit after going breaking ball, trying to go with the fastball. We'll see here if he tries to maybe go back to the breaking ball.
Yeah, he's been on that outside corner. See where Sims sets up.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung out and missed on the outside right there. Chasing was Peyton Cole.
It's a great 1-2 pitch.
The first strikeout there from Logan Pettit.
Change up down in the turf. I mean, just a beautiful 1-2 pitch. You have balls to work with, so you don't have to come into the strike zone there. And Pettit just fooled Cole perfectly.
Here's Andrew Pintar now, the second baseman. Pintar struck out and singled. Lefty versus righty. There's again that breaking ball blocked by Drew Sims in the turf. And it's 1-0 here on Andrew Pintar. 4-1 lead for BYU on top of Utah Valley here in the top of the fourth. Here at doTERRA Field at UCCU Ballpark in the UCCU CrossTown Clash. Ready to go at the 1-0 pitch. Pettit delivers home, and Pintar lines this one into shallow right field, just out of the reach of Morales. Coming around third, the throw from Marco on a hop. It gets past Drew Sims as he tries to apply the swipe tag, and it just came out of Drew Sims' glove. As Valdez scores, Brock Watkins will go to third, and then on the throw home, Andrew Pintar hustles into second.
Ryan, I'm not sure Sims ever had the ball. I think that may have gotten away right by him and then hit the umpire and ricocheted back towards home plate.
A crazy exchange right there. Nonetheless, a 1 win for BYU and 2 more runners on the base paths as Cole Gamble will be the hitter. There's that, again, that breaking pitch that hits the inside corner for a called strike. And the walks that Jordan mentioned earlier to start the inning, one of them coming back to haunt the Wolverines, the other one currently running at third base and shortstop Brock Watkins. The pitch on its way, this one settles in at the knees for a called strike. And it's quickly 0-2 here on Cole Gamble. No balls and 2 strikes the count. Pettit looks in. The pitch on its way is fouled away by Gamble down the third baseline. A right-hander beginning to throw down in the bullpen for the Wolverines. That's Carson Brown. No balls and 2 strikes on the Cougar right fielder. Pettit steps off after Watkins acted like he might be breaking for the plate. A base hit here would really open up the ball game. The 0-2 pitch on its way. Gamble reaches for it, pokes it down the left field line, but foul into the UVU bullpen. Gamble there just kind of reaching out for it, doing what he could with it. Got a much better swing on it than I thought from initially there. Actually hit that ball well down the left field line. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the fourth. Pettit looks in. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that ball's lined to right field. Marco tries to get there, kind of leaps for it and couldn't come up with it. Scoring is Watkins. Pintar right behind him. Gamble into second with a double, and it's a 7-1 lead for BYU.
Not a good 0-2 pitch there from Logan Pettit, right down the middle of the plate, knee high. And that was too easy for Gamble.
And Jacob Wilk will be the hitter.
With an 0-2 count, you don't want to come in to the strike zone, especially right over the heart of the plate, I beg your pardon. You want to make that hitter chase. And now it gets a little trickier with a man on third base. You don't want to throw a wild pitch, but yeah, that 0-2 pitch got way too much of the strike zone.
Well, and as the first pitch to Wilk misses low for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. And you'll see some pitching coaches have different mentalities. Like some will say, you talk about the idea of wasting a pitch. some will say, well, I don't really want to just waste a pitch, but I don't want to go just directly over the plate. And then some pitching coach will say, hey, I want to attack. But there's a time and a place for both. The 1-0 pitch gets in there for a called strike.
Yeah, and I think in college baseball, you generally do not want to waste one. When I hear waste one, I think that's a pitch that's way out of the strike zone. That's an easy take. You want to tempt the hitter to chase your pitch.
The 1-1 pitch, Drew Sims trying to steal a strike right there, but that one stays outside for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. The count here on Jacob Wilk.
That 0-2 pitch from Pettit, that was one where it was almost like something you'd see where you have to throw a strike. Just right down the heart of the plate.
The 2-1 pitch, Wilk swings and pops this one up into left field. Aaron's coming in from left field, still coming in, makes the catch, and the inning is over. BYU, though, adds 3 more. We head to the bottom of the 4th. The Wolverines with some work to do here on the WAC Digital Network at Utah Valley Baseball. Coming back after the break.
See, just another local Utah sports app. Oh, wait, what? A local Utah sports app? Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com. Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love. The latest news, insider analysis, podcasts from the pros, and so much more. Free. Available right now, anywhere you are. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
Bottom of the 4th inning here at doTERRA Field at UCCU Ballpark. It's the UCCU CrossTown Clash here on the WAC Digital Network. A 7-1 lead for BYU. The Cougars with 7 runs on 7 base hits. As Garrett Broussard will lead it off. It'll be Broussard, Polson, and Sims coming up against Cy Nielsen. And Nielsen so far has, outside of the opposite field home run to Cade Polson, he's really been kind of settled into a groove. The pitch, first one to Broussard, misses away for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes, the count on Garrett Broussard. Broussard went down on strikes back in his first plate appearance, back in the 4th. Nielsen checks well, there's nothing to check, but he's looking towards first base, comes in. The 1-0 pitch misses low for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes.
Peering off into the distance.
Clearing his thoughts.
That's exactly right.
And he probably was looking at the dugout, and it just looks from here that it was first base.
I prefer to think he was clearing his thoughts.
2 balls and no strikes, the count on Garrett Broussard.
Very zen.
Cy Nielsen from the pitch comes home. The curveball in the outside corner for a called strike, and for a ball, 3-0. We were talking, Jordan, before the game, and I was like going down the roster going, gee, I wonder how many guys I've called high school games for. I think I counted 8 or 9 guys on this. There's, of course, multiple guys from Spanish Fork High School and Maple Mountain on both these rosters. A 3-0 pitch on its way. That one gets the backstop, ball 4, and Garrett Broussard's on first base with a walk. Cy Nielsen, one of those Spanish Fork graduates that I've called many games for Cy Nielsen. Also looking at it, Andrew Pintar was another one on here. I'm trying to see. Oh, Josh Cowden, Cade Polson when he was at Maple Mountain. So 4 or 5 guys that I've called exclusive games for, and then other guys have played in like state tournaments and that I've called some other games for. And speaking of Cade Polson, here is Polson coming to the plate. A home run, his first plate appearance. For Cade, that was home run number 4 on the year.
Yeah, you saw these guys, really come into their own.
Cy Nielsen working from the stretch right here. Ready to go, the pitch on its way. A breaking ball that misses low for a ball 1. The throw back from Valdez high past Cy Nielsen, almost getting there into at least second base for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes, the count here on Cade Polson.
I'm betting Polson didn't have the thick mustache in high school that he does now as a senior.
He didn't know.
good look. Very Keith Hernandez.
Polson ready to stand in the box right here. The 1-0 pitch right on the corner, but off the plate for ball 2, and it's 2 balls and no strikes on Cade Polson. And when you look at Cade Polson coming off of the weekend that he's had at Dixie State, back in now in the number 3 spot for this Wolverine lineup. You'd like to see him stay hot in these next couple of weeks for the Wolverines. Here's the 2-0 pitch on its way. Ball 3 low, bounces in the dirt. And it's 3 balls and no strikes to count here on Cade Polson.
Well, these are good at-bats by Utah Valley. I mean, Cy Nielsen, you have a 6-run lead. All you got to do is throw strikes. You do not want to set the table for a Wolverine comeback, but we've seen Nielsen has struggled at times with his command this season.
The 3-0 pitch. Nielsen checks the runner at first, comes in, and ball 4 outside. So back-to-back walks to start the 4th. Nielsen only at about 46 pitches.
Well, this will give Mike Littlewood the high blood pressure. A 7-1 lead, and you walk 2 guys to start the 4th.
And speaking of Mike Littlewood, he's on his way out from the Utah Valley dugout. Littlewood, a BYU graduate back in 1993. He's been at BYU for a while now after going there, and we'll have a pitching change. We'll go ahead and take a break here on the WAC Digital Network. 7-1, the Wolverines are threatening after the break here on GoUVU.com.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is a premier award-winning student property in Orem. With nearly $5 million in renovations, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or online, and the resident assistant program is nationally recognized, keeping you safe and secure. Lease right now and get $200 off your first month's rent. Wolverine Crossing, this is home.
At Murdoch Hyundai, the model year and sales event starts now. The open road to adventure begins at Murdoch Hyundai. Visit Murdoch Hyundai today and get 0% interest for 6 years on a new 2020 Santa Fe or Sonata. You walk through our doors, you feel like family. At Murdoch Hyundai in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please, don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here-for-you to learn how to get the care you need.
Winter has arrived, and with it, the Murdoch All-Wheel Drive event. Be prepared for any Utah winter roads. Visit Murdoch Hyundai today and get 0% interest for 5 years on a new Tucson. When you walk through our doors, you feel like family. At Murdoch Hyundai in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast. Seriously fast.
Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
And buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy. How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
New pitcher on for BYU. It is Aiden Callahan, and we'll have the numbers on him in just a moment.
So Drew Sims in the box, ready to go. The first pitch is swung out, popped up down the right field line. Wilk going to give it a look, but he runs out of room for strike 1. Let's take a look at the numbers here on Callahan.
It's his 5th appearance. He's thrown just 5 1/3 innings. No runs given up this year. 3 walks to 5 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting just .63 off the righty. So not a lot of work for Callahan, but he has been good when he's been out there.
So Callahan ready to work here from the stretch. Runners on at first and second. Nobody out. Bottom of the 4th inning. The pitch on its way. Sims sends this one down the right field line, but foul. For strike 2, no balls and 2 strikes, the count on Drew Sims.
Callahan's a big fella, 6'5", 225-pound junior out of Boise. a transfer from Everett Community College. I believe that's up in the Seattle area.
No balls and 2 strikes the count here on Drew Sims. Callahan checks the runner at second, comes home the pitch, high and tight for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count on Drew Sims. Alexander Marco on deck for the Wolverines. Callahan, the right-hander, looking in, taking a long look in to Valdez behind the plate. Here's the 1-2 pitch on its way. Sims out in front, swings and misses. Strike 3. So Sims fooled right there as he swung and went down to a knee. So there's 1 gone, and here is Alexander Marco. Marco lined out to left in his only plate appearance of the ball game. Hit the ball hard, just hit it right at somebody. Right here, runners on at first and second with 1 gone. Marco a chance with 1 swing of the bat to change this whole ball game. The pitch on its way. Marco swings and sends this one a bouncer foul down the line. Spencer Triplett, well, he was right out of the dugout, ready to grab that one, and he'll now pop down to the Wolverine bullpen. 7-1 lead for BYU. The Cougars have 4 runs in the third, 3 in the fourth. Utah Valley 1 run in the first on a solo home run from Cade Polson. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Marco swings and sends that one foul. And it's no balls and 2 strikes the count on Alexander Marco.
Well, nice job by Callahan to come in and just pound the strike zone. The transfer from Everett Community College. You ever been up to Everett, Washington? You're from the Northwest, right?
Yeah, I've been to Seattle a couple times. I've never made it north in Everett. I've wanted to. They have the Everett Aqua Sox there, the minor league, one of the minor league teams in the old Pacific, in the old Northwest League. Now it's High A Advanced West or whatever the new terminology is for it. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count on Marco.
As Callahan really bounced one out in front of home plate. A really nice stop by Valdez there. They also have the Silvertips, the minor league hockey team up there. And they employ a rock band, I'm told, for in-between period entertainment. Really something we should consider.
The 1-2 pitch. Marco grounds this one past the diving third baseman down the left field line. Coming around third is Broussard. He will score. Going into third is Cade Polson, and standing on second with a double is Alexander Marco. I believe that is his 19th double of the year, and it's a 7-2 lead for BYU.
That's a great job. 2-strike hitting by Marco. Shortening up. And making some contact, making some semi-loud contact there.
And the inning continues for Payson Hayes with 1 gone. The second Wolverine hit. Cy Nielsen, the tough part for him was Cy Nielsen goes 3+ innings tonight, allowing 1 hit, and potentially could end up giving up 3 earned runs tonight. Cade Polson, his final run, standing on third base as Payson Hayes swings and misses for strike 1, and it's 0-1 on Payson Hayes. That would be a tough line score for Cy Nielsen to leave only giving up the 1 hit, but that's where walks sometimes can come back to haunt you. No balls and a strike, the count here on Payson Hayes. Callahan kicks and comes home. The pitch swung out and missed, strike 2. So Payson Hayes down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and if you're Hayes, you do not need a base hit here to plate another run. But you got to make contact. The infield will concede the run. They're playing back for BYU. Also, a fly ball to medium deep anywhere would score a run.
Callahan looks in, comes home, the 0-2 pitch. Hayes makes contact, but sends this one foul. No balls and 2 strikes to the count here on Payson Hayes.
Now down 7-2, obviously you're looking for more than a sacrifice fly, but it's early on in this game, just in the 4th inning.
Well, the Wolverines show down at Dixie State that they have some comeback in them. Coming back a couple of times from 5 down in their last ups. No balls and 2 strikes to count on Payson Hayes. That one stays above the belt for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count on Callahan. And it really wasn't the fact that Dixie State didn't pitch well. The Trailblazers were pitching well. The bats for Utah Valley just came alive, and everything they were hitting was finding the right spots in the gap. Key in a couple of key home runs from Alexander Marco on Friday night. Garrett Broussard on Saturday. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Payson Hayes. He makes contact but sends it foul to the screen. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Payson Hayes.
That's a good 1-2 pitch from Callahan. He elevated the fastball up above just about the letters for Payson Hayes. And Hayes likes the high fastball, and he just got a piece of it.
Alexander Marco running at second base. Cade Poulsen running at third. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 run in for the Wolverines. Here's the 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, a good stop right there from Valdez, because if he doesn't stop that one, Cade Poulsen would have scored from third. There's a heads-up play right there, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Valdez has made a few excellent stops behind home plate tonight. This is just the 18th game that Valdez has started this season.
2 balls and 2 strikes the count on Hayes. Ready to go from the stretch. Callahan kicks and comes home. The pitch in the turf again. A good block. Again by Valdez, but it's low for ball 3, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count here on Payson Hayes. First base is open, so a walk doesn't really hurt you too much, at least in the present time for BYU. Andrew Hacker is the hitter on deck. Andrew Hacker could make you pay for the walk later on. The 3-2 pitch. Hayes hits a sharp ground ball to short. Watkins bobbled it, recollects. The throw is offline. Payson Hayes is safe. Cade Poulsen scores. Alexander Marco stays at second. It's a 7-3 game. And the first error of the night is going to go to BYU and shortstop Brock Watkins.
And that's why it's so important to make contact. Hayes hit the ball hard, but all that matters is he put it in play. You got to put it in play, and good things will happen.
And right there, a hard hit ball right at Brock Watkins. And Watkins, a pretty good defender right there, made a throw. It just pulled Wilk off the first base bag, and I think the bobble kind of made Brock Watkins kind of go, hey, I have to hurry, and he just hurried it. Andrew Hacker lines a base hit to center field. Alexander Marco will be told to hold at third. The bases are loaded as Wilk cuts off the throw from McIntyre into center field, and the bases are juiced for the Wolverines for Mick Madsen.
Yeah, he will represent the tying run coming up here with just 1 out. Back to that point about Watkins in the air, that's where Watkins has to know who's running, because he has Payson Hayes, who is a very slow runner. He had plenty of time to regain the baseball, take his time, and throw him out. But you mentioned astutely, Ryan, that he hurried, and he didn't have to.
So now you bring a hot bat Mick Madsen to the plate. And this is an opportunity where Utah Valley really needs to cash in and get the big inning. 2 runs in here in the 4th. That was one of their bright spots this weekend at Dixie State, was being able to come through with the big inning. Madsen makes contact with the first pitch and sends it well foul for strike 1.
I don't know what Mick was looking for there, a little late on the off-speed pitch.
7th hitter to come to the plate here in the inning for the Wolverines. Still only 1 out. Jeff Aaron's on deck, and Mitch Morales after him, the only 2 hitters that haven't come to the plate yet. The 0-1 pitch, Callahan comes in, swung out and missed. Madsen took a big cut there and came up empty. No balls and 2 strikes.
Good high fastball from Callahan just off the outside.
You could tell that Mick was trying to pull that one. He had some strength to that swing there. Alexander Marco, you see him running at third base for the Wolverines. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Madsen makes contact, hits it to right, over towards the line. It's going to be caught by Gamble. Coming in, tagging, and scoring is Alexander Marco, and Mick Madsen, a productive out right there to get the run home, and there's 2 gone.
Hey, that's great. Down 0-2 to come up with that one.
And now it will be Jeff Aarons to come to the plate. The 3 runs in for the Wolverines, and an opportunity here with runners on at first and second. Aarons walked in his first plate appearance, and Jeff Aarons is a hitter that's had some good at-bats in the last few weeks. Aarons typically has more good at-bats than bad. as he'll stand in right here from the right side. The pitch on its way inside, and it hit him. So Aarons is aboard, the bases are loaded, and now you go to the ninth man to come to the plate here in the inning, and Mitch Morales.
And you turn the lineup over, so Callahan a little iffy here after coming in and retiring the first man he faced. He has since given up a single, an error, a single, sacrifice fly, now a hit by pitch.
And so right here, Morales, who's hitting .268 on the year, will come to the plate. The Wolverines tonight, 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Morales has grounded out twice in the ball game here. Will stand in. Callahan laboring here in the third since coming in for Cy Nielsen. The pitch in the dirt, a good stop right there for ball 1. Callahan going low and into the turf multiple times, really making Abraham Valdez really work behind home plate to keep that ball in front of him.
Absolutely. Valdez saved a run there.
Bases full. Payson Hayes at third. Andrew Hacker with good speed at second. Jeff Aarons over to first. Pretty good speed for the Wolverines, especially on first and second. The 1-0 pitch. Callahan comes in. That ball's hit well by Morales to right. It's in the park. Gamble back. He'll make the catch, and the inning is over. But the damage done, the Wolverines send all 9 hitters to the plate in the fourth. They come away with 3. We move to the fifth. BYU on top of UVU.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here-for-you to learn how to get the care you need.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go? Let's have some fun.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com, Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love. Free. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
Top of the fifth inning here in Orem. New pitcher on for the Wolverines. Right-hander Carson Brown takes over. Brown 0-1 on the year. He's gone 15 innings for the Wolverines, allowed 14 hits, 12 walks to 10 strikeouts. As you see, I think that's Mount Timpanogos in the background. I want to say no.
It's one of them, Ryan. If you're watching on the WAC Digital
You can
Network.
tell I really know my Utah mountains here, as Carson Brown will take over right here as the Wolverines and the Cougars. It's a 7-4 lead, and with the play-by-play is Jordan Bianucci. Jordan.
Thanks very much, Ryan. As you see on the WAC Digital Network, one of those mountains in the distance. If you're watching on the WAC Digital Network or you're listening on GoUVU.com, we appreciate you tuning in. Brown is ready to go after the Wolverines put 3 on the board in the bottom half of the fourth inning. It's a 7-4 lead for Brigham Young. Cowden, Jelilich, and Valdez due up here in the fifth for BYU. Carson Brown faced the Cougars in the first game of this season series, and he faced Cowden. Cowden, facing Brown, walked and struck out in that game. Righty versus lefty. The first pitch is a fastball that comes in and it hit him. So, again, another leadoff gift from the Wolverines. That's the second time tonight that Utah Valley has hit the leadoff man. They've also walked the leadoff man 2 other times. The Cougars have had the leadoff man aboard in each of the first 5 innings. Looked like it caught Cowden in the leg. He's okay. So Polson will hold him on over there. Here's Jelilich. First pitch swinging, and he fouls a fastball back to the screen. Strike 1. Well, Carson Brown, his job is to put a 0 up on the board in this 5th inning so the Wolverines can keep working away at that BYU lead. It was 7-1. It's 7-4 now. A swing and a foul high and off to the right. Another fastball up in the zone. 0-2 to Jelilich. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded into a fielder's choice and struck out. BYU, their big inning was the 3rd with 4 runs. They scored 3 more in the 4th. Some cloud cover now as the lights come on here at doTERRA Field. At UCCU Ballpark, fastball way up high. Not a good 0-2 pitch there. Easy take for Jelilich, who's hitting .286 on the year. 2 men batted home, no homers for the senior. Slightly open stance, bent at the knees. Brown comes home with a fastball that misses way above the head of Jelilich. And it's 2-2. So from 0-2 to 2-2 with 2 fastballs way out of the zone. Carson has pitched well for the Wolverines this year. The freshman out of Colorado, 2-2 pitch, a swing and a chopper to second. This could be 2. Morales spins to second for 1, back to first. Not in time as Jelilich beats it out. That's an excellent play by Morales. Gloving that to his left, and then making a little pivot spin. Sidearm delivery to Broussard, who tried to turn it, but not in time. The lead runner is retired. That's Cowden. 1 away. And here is Valdez. The Wolverines have been excellent at turning double plays this season. They have not turned one tonight. The Wolverines turned a triple play this past weekend at Dixie State. First pitch to Valdez is a swing and a slow roller. He fouled it off of his shin. He does have a pad on that left ankle, but he got his right. I don't know how he did it, but he got his back foot. He's in some pain. Taking off on the play was Jelilich. The hit and run perhaps on there. But Valdez was out in front, 0-1 to him. Utah Valley with a 7-5 triple play this past weekend at Dixie State. The bases were loaded at the time. A run came in to score on a flyout. Here's the 1 strike pitch to Valdez. He swings and fouls a fastball, backing out of play, and it's 0-2. Nice job by Brown to get ahead of Valdez. The throw came in to Matson at third base as a part of this triple play. He got the runner coming from second to third in a rundown after stepping on I think tagged him out. Then went to second where 2 more runners were caught up. 1 runner, as a ball misses outside, to Valdez. If you think this is complicated, you should have seen it. The 2 runners, 1 got caught in between second, 2 got caught in between second and third. 1 got caught between first and second. It was wild as Valdez fouls another one back. Another fastball from Brown. Count remains at 1-2. Well, Dixie State, their 1 runner was going to have second base, but he came off the bag. He thought he was out, and Mick Matson, with a heads-up play, just tagged him out. And that was the 7-5 triple play for the Wolverines at St. George. I think that was pretty clear. I think I described that well. 1 out, 1 on. BYU with a 7-4 lead. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Now Sims is going to trot out and have a word with Brown. Polson having a word with Jelilich at first base. Jelilich is out of Laverne, California, so he and Polson did not play against each other, as far as I know, in high school. The 1-2 pitch coming to Valdez. Here it is. A curveball stays high and inside. For ball 2, it's 2-2. That's the first curveball we've seen from Brown tonight. Brown came in. He hit the first man he saw with the first pitch. That's Cowden. He's at first. He got Jelilich to ground out. 2-2. Fastball swung on and popped up. Shallow right field. Coming in is Marco to his right. Now waiting. Reaches up. Makes the two-handed grab. And they're 2 down in the BYU 5th inning. So it's up to Watkins. Well, fans, don't forget the Wolverines' last home series is this weekend, beginning with Game 1 on Friday. That Friday game has been moved up to noon. Yeah, 12 p.m. first pitch. The pitch from Brown is a fastball that misses high and away to Watkins, ball 1. The game has been moved up because graduation and the accompanying ceremonies that afternoon and night at UVU are conflicting with the ball game. So the Wolverines will play a Friday matinee. Here's a swing and a foul. High and off to the right, a fastball that was up and in. Watkins got a piece of it. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to him. Watkins doubled and scored a run back in the 3rd. He also walked and scored a run in the 4th. So a noon start on Friday for Utah Valley. We'll have that for you here on the WAC Digital Network and GoUVU.com. Then a doubleheader on Saturday beginning at 1 p.m. as Carson throws over to first. Back in diving safely is Jelilich, who has stolen 1 base this season. He has not been caught. In between the 2 games on Saturday, we'll have senior ceremony for the 4 seniors at UVU. Here's a pitch out. Snap throw down to first, not in time. So Sims thought he saw something. The runner, Jelilich, was not caught too far off base, though. So the pitch out is a ball. 2-1 the count now to Watkins. Watkins, the 9th-place hitter, trying to reach and flip the order. 2-1 pitch from Brown. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Another snap throw down to first. Jelilich back in diving safely. 2-2 the count. A fastball up in the zone there from Brown. And Watkins was late on it. Watkins came into the ballgame batting .216, 1 homer, 16 men batted home this year. Now Watkins is having a conversation with the home plate umpire Travis Roberts. I don't know what this is about. And now Mike Littlewood, the head coach, is going to come out, and they want a clarification on something, and I'm not quite sure what it is. If it would be the count, it's 2-2. And that's what they're talking about. They're saying, well, and Travis Roberts says it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. After the pitch out on a 1-1 count, then Roberts swung at a high fastball. So 2-2, now we're ready to go. Big hole in that right side with Polson holding on. Jelilich, 7-4, BYU, top of the 5th. The pitch, swing and a miss, he struck him out. A fastball on the outside corner got him, and BYU leaves a man stranded. No runs. We go to the last of the 5th inning. It's the Cougars 7, the Wolverines 4 on GoUVU and the WAC Digital Network.
Join the Wolverine Club. A simple message with a major impact.
Ghana's first Winter Games skeleton.
Support student athletes like former Utah Valley University track star, graduate, and current Olympian Akwasi Frimpong.
Yes, South Korea, here I come.
Akwasi was the first person to represent his nation of Ghana at the Winter Olympics in the skeleton. Support the next UVU Olympian by joining the Wolverine Club today.
Seven to 4, Utah Valley trailing BYU, as you see on the WAC Digital Network. President Tuminez here with her famous pom-poms. cheering on the Wolverines in their last non-conference home game of the season. Utah Valley with 3 runs in the 4th inning. They trailed 7-1 in this game. They are trying to scratch their way back into it after we got some slow jams in between innings over the PA. Fastball from Aiden Callahan misses outside, ball 1. Do we want to pump up the crowd? No. Everybody just take it easy. The 1-0. Easy listening. Swinging a foul back. Fastball at 88. 1-1 the count to Broussard. Broussard walked back in that 4th inning. He came around to score. Broussard, Polson, then Sims due up here in the 5th. Callahan misses down low with a breaking ball. It's 2-1. Broussard came into the ballgame batting .213, a freshman, 1 homer, 14 RBIs. He homered this past weekend. St. George, ball misses high and away, and it's 3-1. So now Callahan takes a step off the mound, takes a deep breath. The 3-1 pitch. Fastball high, and he walked him. So a mistake from Callahan. He walks the leadoff man with his team leading by 3 runs here in the last of the 5th. And here's Cade Polson. He's one of those seniors who the Wolverines will honor on Saturday in between the games of the doubleheader. Along with Marco, Schmidt, and Triplett, the 4 seniors for Utah Valley this year. So Polson with a man on comes to bat. He homered in the 1st inning. A solo shot, the pitch to him. Swing and a miss. He chased a high fastball, and it's 0-1. Polson's home run, he sent it the other way over the right field wall. Broussard with his lead at first, held on by Wilk. The 1-strike offering to Polson. A swing and a foul, little nubber on the first base side. I don't know what pitch that was from Callahan at 81, but it was off speed, and the count is 0-2 now to Polson. Polson's average at .280 on the year. His 4th homer back in the 1st inning of the year. He also walked and scored a run in that 3-run Wolverine 4th inning. 0-2. Callahan set. Set for a long time. Now the pitch. Fastball. A really good 0-2 pitch. Misses off the outside. But Polson had to think about it. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Broussard with a short lead. He has stolen just 1 base this year in just 1 attempt. The 1-2 to Polson. A swing and a miss. He chased the high fastball up around the letters of his uniform. And Cade is the first out of this 5th inning. And here is Drew Sims. As the 2nd strikeout for Callahan. He came on in the 4th in relief of Cy Nielsen. 1 on, 1 out. Sims has struck out twice tonight. Sims was the first man that Callahan faced back in the 4th when he struck him out. Fastball called for a strike on the outside corner just above the belt. Travis Roberts gives Callahan the call. Bent at the knees, righty versus righty. Sims, I should say bent at the knees in that right-handed batter's box. Now a breaking ball, way down low, scooped up by Valdez. And the count is even at 1-1. Broussard led this inning off with a walk. Still at first base, Marco is on deck. 7-4, BYU the pitch. Sims takes a fastball, just a little bit high. And it's 2-1, and Callahan's going to take a walk. Wilk holding on Broussard, who has a short lead. 2-1 pitch, a swing and a pop-up in the infield. Out behind second base now, onto the outfield grass goes Watkins, the shortstop. He has it, and they're 2 down. Well, if you're Watkins, it might be tempting to let that ball fall and try to get the force out at second, but it's very risky. The right play is to make that grab. I only say that because Sims is a slow runner and Broussard is pretty fast. Coach Littlewood for BYU is going to come out and make a pitching change, though. Callahan is done. The third right-hander, I beg your pardon, the third pitcher, I think it's going to be a left-hander coming in for the BYU Cougars, who lead it 7-4. We'll take a break on the WAC Digital Network and GoUVU.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is a premier award-winning student property in Orem. With nearly $5 million in renovations, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or online, and the resident assistant program is nationally recognized, keeping you safe and secure. Lease right now and get $200 off your first month's rent. Wolverine Crossing, this is home.
At Murdoch Hyundai, the model year end sales event starts now. The open road to adventure begins at Murdoch Hyundai. Visit Murdoch Hyundai today and get 0% interest for 6 years on a new 2020 Santa Fe or Sonata. You walk through our doors, you feel like family at Murdoch Hyundai in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please, don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here4you to learn how to get the care you need.
Winter has arrived, and with it, the Murdoch All-Wheel Drive event. Be prepared for any Utah winter roads. Visit Murdoch Hyundai today and get 0% interest for 5 years on a new Tucson. When you walk through our doors, you feel like family at Murdoch Hyundai in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast. Seriously fast.
Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
And buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
New pitcher on for BYU. It's the left-hander, Cooper McKeon. First pitch to Marco. Breaking ball in there for a called strike at the knees. For McKeon, this will be his 18th appearance. He has a 7.31 earned run average. He has walked 17, struck out 19. Opponents are hitting an even 200 off the lefty. First pitch breaking ball. We saw to Marco. We'll see what he comes with here. A man at first base, 2 outs, 7-4 BYU. We're in the 5th inning. Fastball at 91 miles an hour, misses away, and it's 1-1 to Marco. Well, Marco singled in a run back in the 4th, part of that 3-run 4th inning for the Wolverines. He is also lined out to left, 1 for 2 tonight. Even stance for the senior. The pitch to him. A swing and a foul back. A fastball that was fouled over the netting, but into the grandstand. Look out. That's nearly impossible to do. But hopefully everyone's all right. Even with the netting, you still got to pay attention. One and two to Marco. McKeon peering in, taking a long time, now has what he wants. The lefty set, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on a high fastball, and the inning's over. So Utah Valley wastes a leadoff walk. We go to the 6th inning. It's BYU 7, Utah Valley 4 on the WAC Digital Network and GoUVU.com.
We love the new apartment.
The natural light is amazing.
Hardwood floors.
There is a bit of a clogging problem.
At least Geico makes it easy to bundle our renters and car insurance.
Yeah, helping us save even more.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
A shot of, there's Mount Timpanogos on the WAC Digital Network as Utah Valley trails BYU 7-4, inning number 6. A beautiful shot beyond the third base grandstand of Timpanogos, the snow-capped Wasatch Mountains that extend beyond left field and beyond center field here at doTERRA Field at UCCU Ballpark. Top of the order for BYU. McIntyre takes a first pitch, looked like a slider from Carson Brown, down and in to the left-handed batter, ball 1. McIntyre has doubled in a run tonight. He swings and lines one into center. Coming in is Hacker. It's going to fall, though. One hop in front of the center fielder. And McIntyre is on to once again lead off for BYU with a base runner. So here comes Cole with a man on. Cole has singled in a run tonight. 1 for 3 officially. A left-handed batter, wide open stance. Polson holding on, the runner at first. That opens up a big hole on that right side. Now he bunts it. A good one up the third base side, and it rolls foul. It was close. A good play by Cole. Mick Matson at third base was playing back. And Cole would have been safe had he kept that one fair. With the turf, there's no real lip of the grass to influence whether that ball is going to stay fair or foul. So you really got to get it down right. The one-strike pitch coming. Here it is. Fastball misses outside, and it's 1-1 to Cole. The sophomore hitting .244, 1 homer, 9 RBIs, make that 10 after his RBI single in the third. A 4-run third inning for BYU, followed by a 3-run fourth. They lead at 7-4. A swing and a chopper through the right side, base hit, wheeling and digging around second. Now putting on the brakes is McIntyre, as Marco came up with that one quickly and right. So runners at first and second. Cole singles. Not a hard hit ball, just a seeing eye single, but 2 men on, nobody out for BYU in the 6th inning. So Andrew Pintar will bat, nobody out, and Jolie Watts is going to come out, the pitching coach for the Wolverines, and have a word with Carson Brown, who is in his 2nd inning of relief. There is a lefty throwing in the Utah Valley bullpen. That is Blake Zeleny down there. Well, fans, plenty of good seats available for the last home series of the year this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A noon start on Friday. A 1 p.m. doubleheader on Saturday, then a noon matinee on Sunday for Utah Valley as they host New Mexico State. Important games for the Wolverines if they want to make the WAC tournament. They are currently behind Northern Colorado for that last spot in the WAC. Technically, they're back 4 games, but with a weird COVID year in which not all teams have played the same amount of games, the Western Athletic Conference has said it's based on partly on win percentage. The rest is hazy. I asked Ryan Pickens before the game, what exactly do you know the system, as the right-handed hitting Pintar takes a strike on the inside corner, fastball from Brown. It's 0-1, and Ryan said, no. They have not been real clear as far as at least telling us. 1 strike, the count. Now showing bunt is Pintar. Fastball swung on. He pulled it back to short. to second for 1. The throw to first. 2, a double play. A great job by Broussard to underhand it to Morales, and the Wolverines get 2. Taking third is McIntyre. A big double play there. 2 outs. Here is Gamble. The Wolverines turned a lot of double plays this year. The pitch to Gamble. A swing and a foul high and off to the left. An 88-mile-an-hour fastball at the knees. That's the 40th double play the Wolverines have turned this season. They're currently tied for 4th in the nation in double plays turned. The pitch to Gamble. A swing and a ground ball up the middle. Caught by Morales to his feet to first. Not in time. And the run comes in to score. A great play by Mitch Morales. But Gamble was a little too fast. Morales had to range up the middle. Made a headlong dive. Came up with it. Got to his feet. But Gamble beats out the infield single and picks up his 3rd RBI of the night. And that's a big one. 8-4 the score. BYU, their lead, back to 4 runs. So here is Wilk with a man at first base. The pitch, a swing and a miss at a fastball. 0-1. Well, the leadoff man, McIntyre, who singled to get things started here in the 6th, ultimately he comes around to score. The 0-1 pitch from Brown. Fastball just below the knees at 89 miles an hour, taken for ball 1, 1-1. Cowden, the DH, is on deck. Wilk is 0 for 2 tonight. He's also walked. Right-handed batter, hitting .223. The 1-1 pitch swung on and chopped in the hole to third base. A throw to first is in the turf, and it gets by Polson. Matson with a bad throw. Now stopping at third is Gambill, as Polson retrieves it in foul territory. Taking second is Wilk on the error, and that extends this 6th inning. So Mick Matson came up with that baseball. He cut it off in that 5.5 hole between short and third base, but made a bad throw, and Polson couldn't dig it out. So now Carson Brown has to face Cowden, the DH, who has an RBI single in this game, with 2 men on. 2nd and 3rd. BYU trying to put this one as far out of reach as they can, as a fastball misses way inside. Sims had to reach all the way across his body to keep that one from going to the backstop. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Cowden, a left-handed batter. Another lefty on deck in Jelilich. 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses high. Ball 2, 2-0. Cowden hitting .211 on the year. He has 4 homers, 17 RBIs, 2-0 pitch. Fastball up high at the letters, ball 3. So now Carson having a hard time finding the strike zone. First base is open, but Brown does not want to load him to face Jelilich. 8-4, BYU leading. The pitch. Fastball did not catch the outside corner. That one was right there, but Travis Roberts says ball 4, and the bases are loaded, so a 4-pitch walk to Cowden. And Danny Jelilich will bat. He is hitless tonight. He's put the ball in play twice, but grounded into 2 fielder's choices, plural. The infield back with 2 outs in the inning for Utah Valley. Matson even with the bag at third. Polson behind the runner at first. A big moment in this game. The pitch, a swing and a chopper into the third base dugout. Strike 1. Jelilich with a .276 average. No home runs, just 2 RBIs on the year. Bases loaded, 2 outs. BYU with an 8-4 lead here in the top of the 6th inning. 1 run already in. Brown comes set. The right-hander kicks and fires. A swing and a foul high and off to the right. An 89-mile-an-hour fastball that Jelilich was tardy on. And now Brown does not have to throw a strike, but he has to be careful about bouncing any breaking stuff in the turf with a man at third base. Cowden at first, Wilk at second, Gambill at third base. 3 singles, an error, and a walk in this inning. 2-strike pitch, a swing and a foul. That one at 90 miles an hour. The fastball in the outside corner, good 0-2, but Jelilich spoiled it. Sun has set and has cast a pink glow on the Wasatch Mountains beyond left and center field. Just a beautiful night as the temperature begins to drop here in Orem. 0-2 pitch, a swing and a high fly ball deep to center field. Now squaring up in front of the track is Hacker. He has it, and the inning is over. A nice job by Carson Brown to work around the 2-out error. We go to the last of the 6th inning. BYU puts one on the board, but they leave them loaded. It's Brigham Young 8, Utah Valley 4.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast.
Seriously fast. Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
You'll receive an instant pre-approval before you start shopping.
Your completed mortgage file will be underwritten by UCCU's very own in-house professionals.
Like us.
Seriously fast.
Buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com, Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love. Free. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
Hayes, Hacker, and Matson, 6, 7, and 8 due up for Utah Valley. Here in the last half of the 6th inning, they trail BYU 8-4. Well, the Wolverines, their best chance to cash in with some runs in this game came in the 4th inning. They scored 3, but they could have done more damage. They left them loaded. Payson Hayes hit a sacrifice fly in that inning to pick up an RBI. First pitch to him here, a fastball from McKeon, catches the outside corner at 89 miles an hour. Strike 1. It was a good at-bat by Payson Hayes, who had fallen behind 0-2. Battled back and eventually put the ball in play. I say Hayes hit a sacrifice fly, I beg your pardon. He had a sharp ground ball to shortstop, a ball in which Watkins bobbled and ultimately made a bad throw to first, and Hayes reached. But Hayes did get an RBI on that play, as a run would have scored regardless. He fouls one off high into the right here, late on a fastball. And again behind in the count in this at-bat, 0-2. We'll see if he can battle back again. 8 runs on 10 hits, 1 error for BYU. Hayes takes strike 3 on the inside corner, and he didn't like the call. It's hard to blame him, but Travis Roberts has been giving that inside corner to right-handers tonight. And I think Hayes, what he's really upset about is he's saying, well, if you give the inside corner, you can't give the outside. I can't cover that. He's not wrong. Travis Roberts gave McKeon that outside corner on that first pitch. You can't give both sides of the plate. I think that would be Hayes' argument. Outside corner with a fastball here at 90, strike one to Hacker. Four runs on 3 hits, 1 error for the Wolverines. McKeon set. The lefty comes home. Fastball swung on and missed. And it's 0-2. Hacker has singled tonight. He's 1 for 2. Hacker singled to extend that 4th inning for the Wolverines. Bottom of the 6th. 0-2, the pitch to Hacker. The freshman swings and misses at a 91-mile-an-hour fastball, and he's down on 3 straight fastballs from McKeon. 2 down. So McKeon has come into the ball game, faced 3 hitters, and struck out all 3. Here's Mick Matson. He'll try to get something going with 2 outs. Base is empty, and the Wolverines trailing by 4 runs. McKeon set, the lefty working from the stretch. First pitch, I say fastball, that was not a fastball. First pitch looked like a changeup down in the zone, and Matson took a mighty hack and swung over it. 0-1. Matson hit a sacrifice fly in that 4th inning, picked up RBI as a 91-mile-an-hour fastball misses outside. RBI number 10 on the year for Matson. 1-1. McKeon peers in, glove on his right knee, now stands up straight, comes set at the belt. He winds and fires, and Matson spoils a fastball, hitting it high and off to the right, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, on the out-of-town scoreboard, Grand Canyon and Arizona are underway in Tucson. And Arizona has a 5-1 lead already. That game already in the top of the 5th. I think they started earlier than was originally listed on the schedule, as Matson swings and fouls another fastball high and off to the right, 92 miles an hour from McKeon. So the Wildcats with a 5-1 lead over the Lopes. That game in the top of the 5th. A swing and a foul. Little roller on the third base side. Another off-speed. That's an off-speed pitch from McKeon, and a good one. Matson did an excellent job just to get the end of the bat on it and to stay alive. McKeon says he has a curveball, but we have not seen that tonight. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses way outside, and it's 2-2 to Matson. Really good at bat here from Mick. Officially 0 for 1 tonight with the sacrifice fly. Matson came into the ball game batting .250. He swung the bat well this past weekend in St. George, going 7 for 15. The 2-2 pitch to him. Swing and a ground ball to shortstop. Watkins has it, throws low to first, but Wilk picks it out of the air, and the inning is over. The Wolverines go down in order in the 6th. We go to inning number 7. It's BYU 8, the Wolverines 4.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is a premier award-winning student property in Orem. With nearly $5 million in renovations, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or online, and the resident assistant program is nationally recognized.
New pitcher on for Utah Valley. It is Blake Zeleny. Zeleny, the left-hander, on the year has a 7.04 earned run average. This will be his 12th appearance. He's also struck out 12 and walked 12. Opponents are hitting .367 off the lefty. Zeleny will face Valdez, Watkins, and McIntyre, 8-9-1 in the BYU order. Cougars with an 8-4 lead, and it is my great pleasure with the play-by-play to hand it over to Ryan Pickens.
Thank you, Jordan, as Abraham Valdez gets ready to stand in the box. A walk and a fly out, along with a strikeout for the Utah Valley, or for the BYU catcher. First pitch in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1 on Valdez. 8-4 BYU on top of Utah Valley.
Now, Ryan, during the innings in which I was calling the play-by-play,
as that one's pops up, skied high on the infield, McMadsen is there, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the 7th inning.
You were over in the booth that houses the official scorer, Mr. James Warnick. Do you have a report for us?
Nothing too exciting, to be honest with you.
Oh, we know.
I mean, as Brock Watkins gets ready to step in for BYU. No, it's always good when you're scoring the game to have a second set of eyes. The first pitch misses for ball one ball and no strikes to Brock Watkins, to see official changes and things like that, because sometimes the umpire will point. The challenge is the umpire usually will do it from right around home plate. So if he points to the pitcher, he could be pointing to center field, second base, or where, And so it's always good to have a second set of eyes. The 1-0 pitch on its way home to Brock Watkins as he grounds this one to third. Madsen plays the in-between hop, fires to first, and gets some revenge on Watkins, who threw him out in the bottom of the 6th. He throws out Brock Watkins there for the second out of the inning.
Well, speaking of scoring the game, I was talking about the triple play that Utah Valley turned down in St. George, and that was a tricky one to score, at least, as I was talking to James Warnick, the official scorer, before the game, and he had to make some calls to make sure that was, in fact, it was okay to call that a triple play.
As there's a ground ball hit right to first. Cade Polson has it. He'll touch first himself, and the inning is over. Well, that one is a 3U in the scorebook at home. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's an 8-4 lead for BYU on top of UVU.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please, don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here-for-you to learn how to get the care you need.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
Eight to 4, BYU leads it as we head to the last of the 7th inning. New right-hander on for the Cougars. It is Carter Smith. This will be his 14th appearance, and we'll take a look at his stats here. As you, on the WAC Digital Network, you see the new upcoming WAC members on your screen there. A few Texas teams coming into the WAC. We'll discuss those momentarily. As taking a look at Smith's numbers on the year, he's 0-4 with a .465 earned run average, 14 walks, 36 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting .277 off the righty. Thoughts on the new WAC members, Ryan?
Well, it's some great new additions.
I got some stats. Hold on.
To the Western Athletic Conference as Jeff Aaron stands in to lead it off. Ball one ball and no strikes. Some increased travel to the state of Texas, but you had some great teams to help elevate the conference. And, really, you talk about not just from a baseball standpoint, but you talk about the opportunity to open up almost some bigger markets as Aaron stakes that one to right. Gamble's going to run it down for the first out of the 7th inning. And it'll be interesting to kind of see how the teams within the WAC, how they adjust, because there's going to be a little bit of what I would imagine would be an adjustment phase to new teams and new leagues and, increased travel and things like that. So it'll be interesting to see as we see Mitch Morales come to the plate here for the Wolverines.
I agree.
Morales will stand in from the right side. And the pitch on its way. Morales turns on one, but pulls a ground ball foul, and it's strike one. It's 0-1 on Mitch Morales.
Travel-wise, you got Houston coming in. You have Stephenville, Texas.
Well, Stephenville's already in where Tarleton State is. You got Sam Houston State, which is where? I think I have to look it up. It's
Houston?
Escapes me right now. It's not in Houston, I don't think. Harrison. Huntsville. There's what I knew once I heard it. I'd be like, oh, duh, come on, Ryan.
Yeah, Huntsville.
The 1-1 pitch in there for ball one, and the count moves to 1-1 on Morales. Slow curveball from Carter Smith. That one missing for ball two. 2 balls and a strike, the count on Mitch Morales.
For those not from Huntsville, Huntsville is near Houston. So 2 Houston area schools. And
you're going to add Abilene Christian from Abilene, Texas. The 2-1 pitch on its way, and Morales sends it foul, that's more western Texas.
Beautiful.
Out there, which should be fun. The Wildcats have had a pretty good baseball season there with, I believe, head coach Rick McCarty. The Wolverines saw the Wildcats to open the year last year out there in Abilene, which will be now a regular stop. So it'll be interesting to kind of see as Morales chops this one foul, and he'll live to see another pitch, 2 balls and 2 strikes, just to kind of see how it changes, especially in some of the sports. The bigger revenue sports. Men's basketball will definitely change, which will be kind of fun and exciting to see in the WAC. But
Abilene, Texas, has the sound of a town out of like a Cormac McCarthy novel. Like No Country for Old Men was shot in Abilene, Texas.
The 2-2 pitch, Morales swings and misses, strike 3. That one low and away, and Morales chases the first strikeout from Carter Smith, and that will bring up shortstop Garrett Broussard. So it'll be fun to see. UTRGV will have some in-state schools now, as part of it outside of Tarleton. And
you ever seen No Country for Old Men?
I'm trying to think. I think I have.
Put it on the list, my friend. The Coen brothers.
The pitch on its way in there for a called strike 1 to Garrett Broussard, and it's no balls and a strike on the Utah Valley shortstop. And of course, after the spring sports end, everyone will get a couple of months off, and then here we go again in the fall with a new sports season starting here as Broussard rolls it foul. As really have to thank a lot of the sports information offices and video producers and that throughout not just Utah Valley and our great team here, but throughout pretty much everywhere. They've had a very busy year with having fall and spring sports ran together, and they've made it work so that way fans at home can watch broadcasts and get information. And there's a called strike 3 to Garrett Broussard, and the inning is over. We head to the 8th here on the WAC Digital Network, 8-4, BYU on top of UVU and the UCCU Crosstown Clash.
We can stand together by standing far apart.
Stay 6 feet apart from other people.
Wear your mask when you go out.
Wash your hands often.
If you feel sick, stay home. Be respectful of others.
The choices you make are critical.
By protecting yourself, it helps protect all of us.
Your actions can save lives.
What we do now will shape our future.
Stay safe.
Join the Wolverine Club, a simple message with a major impact.
Finds the back of the net for the Wolverines!
Support student athletes like former Utah Valley University women's soccer star, graduate, and Rhodes Scholar finalist Hannah Bruce. Not only is Hannah the first UVU student athlete to be a Rhodes Scholar finalist, she is currently studying to earn a master's degree in neuroscience at the renowned University of Oxford in England. Support the next Wolverine Rhodes Scholar finalist by joining the Wolverine Club today.
Well, Peyton Cole will lead off the top of the 8th inning here on the WAC Digital Network. Blake Zeleny back out for the Wolverines. Biggest thing Utah Valley wants to put up here is you see the mountains in the background, the setting, last few moments of some daylight here.
Here's a bunt back to the pitcher. Zeleny throws to first. There's one away. I jumped in there, Ryan. Sorry.
Well, you might as well just take it now.
I don't get an introduction, huh?
But we'll send it over to Jordan Bianucci with his regularly scheduled play-by-play here in the 8th.
So a 1-3 put out. Thank you, friendo, here to begin the 8th inning. That's what the character in No Country for Old Men calls people, friendo. First pitch, the right-handed batter, fastball, misses. I say a fastball, that was a breaking ball from Zeleny, missing inside, ball 1. Pintar, the right-handed hitter, 2 singles, 2 for 4 tonight with an RBI. 8-4, BYU in control here in the 8th inning. Zeleny misses with a changeup. Outside, it's 2-0. What he does after calling them friendo, Ryan, you're going to have to watch the film to find that out. 2 balls and no strikes. Here it comes. A swing and a sky-high pop-up left side of the infield. It's Broussard, the shortstop, calling everybody off. He has it. And quickly 2 down here in the 8th. So Cole Gamble will bat with the bases empty and 2 outs. Well, BYU, we mentioned Utah Valley trying to. Here's a pop-up on the first pitch. We're not going to mention anything. Mick Matson's under it, and the Cougars are retired very quickly in the 8th. A nice job by Zeleny. So we go to the last of the 8th inning. Work to do for the Wolverines. They trail 8-4.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
Utah's diverse weather. It takes an experienced team, passionate about putting you in the know before you go. It takes the KSL weather specialists. Weather made special.
8-4 BYU on doTERRA night at the ballpark as Cade Polson comes to bat. All the employees from doTERRA getting tickets to the ball game tonight for this UCCU CrossTown clash. Here's a swing and a ground ball up the middle past the diving Watkins and into left center field. A leadoff base hit for the senior Cade Polson. His second hit tonight, and the Wolverines have what they needed, a leadoff base runner. So Carter Smith back out on the mound in relief, made quick work of the Wolverines in the 7th, gives up the leadoff single here. Nice job by Polson being aggressive early on in that count. So here is Sims. He's looking for his first base hit of the night. He's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Smith into his stretch. Set at the belt. Here it comes. Fastball misses way outside. Valdez knocks it down. A 93-mile-an-hour fastball. 1-0 to Sims. Well, Utah Valley needs base runners. Marco is on deck. Here in the bottom of the 8th. The Wolverines with just 6 outs remaining. The 1-0 from Carter Smith. Sims swings and lifts one high into right field. Coming in is Gamble. Shallow right field. He's under it. Makes the grab. And there's one away.
Well, Jordan, we've talked oftentimes about family ties and things like that. Garrett Smith, the right-handed pitcher for BYU, if you read Devin Smith's bio, it says he has a brother, Carter. Oh. So I'm just wondering if there might be a little family connection there between Devin Smith and Carter Smith. And tonight, probably, I don't know, a bittersweet night for the Smith family.
Excellent detective work there, Ryan. Excellent. Much like the detective in No Country for Old Men. Solving crimes. The pitch, there's no crime here. There's a fastball on the outside corner at 92 taken for a strike by Marco. It's 0-1. Well, we have to do some detective work this year because we have no interaction with the players really, or even the coaches much, with the COVID-19 protocols. So Ryan's scouring the roster and the bio page. Good work. Carter Smith on the mound. The one-strike pitch, fouled back to the screen. 0-2 to Marco. Marco tonight has an RBI single. He is 1 for 3. Devin Smith started this game for Utah Valley. Pitched well. Did not give up a run. The Wolverines had initially a 1-0 lead in this game. Then BYU came back with a 4-run third inning and a 3-run fourth to lead it 7-1. The pitch to Marco, down and away in the turf, blocked by Valdez. That looks like maybe a slider from Smith that got away from him. 1-2. Utah Valley answered with 3 runs in the 4th, but BYU added a run in the late innings, and that's where we are now, 8-4, Cougars. Smith peers in. Now takes a peek at Polson at first. The 1-2 pitch to Marco. A swing and a high pop-up. Foul territory, first base side. Wilk giving chase. Now he reaches back over his shoulder. He overran it, and he makes the catch anyway. So Marco fouls out. And there are 2 away. Here is Hayes.
This time of night can't be easy to catch an infield pop-up like that. You're talking about it's getting dark, but it's not all the way dark. It'd be easy to lose one, especially you start looking up into the lights, Jordan, and you look straight up and they're white ball, bright lights. It can be tough on those infielders, so pretty impressive with how high those balls have been hit straight up in the sky.
Indeed. So we're going to have a pinch hitter here. It's going to be Brandon Luna to hit for Hayes. Luna, a left-handed batter, will try to extend this inning for Utah Valley, try to get any kind of rally going. The Wolverines trailing by 4 runs. Smith set, here it comes, and a ball misses down at 91 miles an hour, 1-0. Luna, on the year, is hitting .233. He's had 73 at-bats, 3 homers, 10 men batted home. The pitch, fastball on the inside corner to the left-handed hitter. Taken for strike 1, 1-1 the count to him. This past weekend at Dixie State, Luna had 9 at-bats. He went 2 for 9. Did have a home run in that series. 1-1 pitch to him. Off speed right there on the outside corner, taken for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Polson led this inning off with a single. He's still at first base, 2 outs. If Luna were to reach, it would be Hacker. The 1-2 pitch. Luna swings and misses. He chased a breaking ball down in the turf, and the inning is over. Nice job by Carter Smith to work around the leadoff single. 1 left, no runs for Utah Valley. We head to inning number 9. It's BYU 8, Utah Valley 4 on the WAC Digital Network.
I love this view.
I love it every time this commercial airs. I get to drink another Mountain Dew.
UCCU is both a credit union and a full-service mortgage company.
Which means that UCCU always provides the lowest rates and lower insurance premiums than other lenders.
When your mortgage rate and insurance premium are lower, your monthly payment is also lower.
It's just science.
That's more money you can put into your home.
Or back into your pocket.
So if you're thinking about buying or refinancing a home, talk to us.
The credit union that's been putting people over profits for over 60 years.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
Top of the ninth inning here in Orem, the new business building. I believe it's the Keller Business Building, deep off in the background there. As we get ready to play the top of the ninth inning. New pitcher on, it will be Spencer Triplett for the Wolverines. Triplett 1-3 on the year with 3 saves. He's thrown over 20 innings for the Wolverines this year. Allowed 26 hits, 15 runs, 9 walks and 20 strikeouts. This is a guy whose stuff I really like for the most part. I wonder if there won't be some kind of potential for Triplett going forward. And maybe not, in the draft, but maybe down the road in like independent ball, because he's got really good stuff. Just like to see that ERA maybe fall a little bit more for the Wolverine right-hander. Not an easy part of the lineup to get. Wilk, Cowden, and Jelilich coming up here for BYU.
Indeed, Triplett does have good stuff, and he will be one of the seniors honored on Saturday in between Game 1 and Game 2 of the doubleheader. Beginning at 1 p.m. on Saturday. Plenty of good seats still available at the box office. 8-4 BYU. Triplett from the stretch comes home. First pitch slider. Oh, good look. Was that a slider or a curveball? That was wicked on the inside corner. Taken by Wilk for strike 1. Wilk tonight has reached on an error. It's walked, otherwise 0 for 2. So 0 for 3 officially. There's a fastball on the outside corner at 89 miles an hour, and it's quickly 0-2 to Wilk. Utah Valley, their next game will be this Friday at noon. Yes, at noon on Friday here in Orem, taking on New Mexico State. 0-2 pitch, swing and a foul at home plate. Nice job by Wilk just to get some aluminum on that, or composite material. I'm not really sure, but he foul tips it at home plate. 0-2.
And talk about a busy day here at UVU. You have softball at 10 a.m., baseball at 12. You have graduation later on that day. I mean, boy, it's going to be a full day of festivities on the UVU campus coming up on Friday.
0-2 is in the turf. Fastball at 90 miles an hour, and it's 1-2 to Wilk. And you love the festivities. That's your rep around campus. It's Ryan Pickens. What do I know about Ryan Pickens? He loves festivities. He loves the pageantry. I think is that safe to say?
Graduation for me, working here on campus and student services always is kind of a cool time to kind of see students that I've worked with, graduate, things like that. So it's a cool day in a lot of ways.
1-2 breaking ball, check swing by Wilk. Did he hold up? He did, says the first base umpire, Matt Hershey. So it's 2-2. Triplett has, you said it, Ryan, coming into this at bat, he has good stuff, and he's showing it right now. 2-2 pitch. Fastball, outside, not close. That wasn't a good pitch. 3-2 now. Well, now if you're Triplett, you got to throw a strike. The Wolverines trailing 8-4 here in the top of the ninth. Utah Valley last beat BYU in 2016. That was a game in Provo. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 right there at the knees. A beautiful breaking ball. It totally froze Wilk. 1 away. The Cougars currently in this series, I think they've won 10 in a row. That's the longest streak in this series between these two schools who are obviously so close together, just a 10-minute ride between these two campuses. The left-handed hitter, Cowden, the DH, up there now. 1 out, bases empty. A swing and a ground ball foul on the first base side. 90-mile-an-hour fastball from Triplett, low in the zone. Utah Valley's first game in the state of Utah this year was at BYU. A fairly close game that BYU won. A fastball here misses outside. I say a fastball. That was the off-speed pitch missing low and away. 1-1. That was a 11-7 game that BYU won. I mentioned BYU was the fourth, fifth.
We had the Sacramento State doubleheaders, and then
here's a check swing back to the mound. Triplett bobbles it. Now he kicks it, and safe at first is Cowden. Well, Triplett had it, and he just couldn't squeeze it. Then he accidentally brushed it with his foot and kicked it toward third, so that's going to be an E1 on Triplett. That's right, 2 doubleheaders with Sacramento State. Then the Wolverines went to BYU. Last year, Utah Valley did open at BYU.
Which is pretty customary usually.
Yeah, and we thought, well, this is the start to a good year. Ball in the turf here to Jelilich. Ball 1. And then COVID hit a couple days later, and so it goes.
Well, it's weird, too, especially with COVID. You talk about we were playing our home games there that week at BYU. Big thanks to BYU should be said for allowing us to be able to play those home games there against Air Force. And but yeah, it's always weird to play a home game on somebody else's field when you're 10 minutes away from your home park.
Swinging a mitch by Jelilich, and it's 1-1 to him. And that was just because the turf wasn't quite ready yet. The new doTERRA field installed here at Utah Valley. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Jelilich. A throw over to first, back and diving is Cowden. Hard to think that Cowden would be going anywhere, leading by 4 runs. On the year, Cowden has stolen 2 bases, though. 1-1 pitch. Off speed, misses off the outside corner, and it's 2-1 now. To Jelilich, who's looking for his first base hit of the night. He's 0 for 4. For Utah Valley in the bottom half of the 9th inning, it will be Hacker, Matson, and Aaron's due up. 7-8-9 for the Wolverines. Fastball misses low. 3-1 the count. Well, if you're Triplett, you got to dig deep here. You got to throw a strike. And ideally put up a 0 here to give the Wolverines any kind of shot in the last of this inning. A swing and a chopper foul. On the third base side, 89-mile-an-hour fastball in on the handle. Jammed Jelilich, and the count is full. Stay tuned for our post-play commentary. We'll have the final totals and a brief post-game show. Ryan Pickens, my partner, I'm Jordan Bianucci. Appreciate you tuning in tonight here on GoUVU and the WAC Digital Network. Another foul chopped on the third base side. Another fastball at 89 miles an hour from Triplett. So a good battle here between Cowden, or I beg your pardon, between Jelilich and Triplett. 8-4 BYU leading in the top of the 9th. A man on, a man out. Polson holding on the runner at first. Triplett comes home. There's a liner onto the grassy berm down the third base line. Look out. Some kids go scrambling after the baseball, and the count remains full. Cowden is at first. He reached on an error. Well, all the action in this game really came in the first few and then middle innings. The late innings haven't been real eventful. And there's an off-speed pitch. I don't know where that one missed. That was a good-looking pitch right about belt high, maybe off the inside corner. Ball 4, though, says Travis Roberts. And Jelilich wins the battle. So runners at first and second. Here is Valdez, the catcher. Abraham Valdez, a senior, hitting an even 200 coming into the game. He is 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored tonight. Well, Triplett would love a double play ball. The pitch, a swing and a ground ball to the right of the shortstop Broussard and into left field. Getting the wave around third is Cowden. He scores. The throw by Aarons is cut off. It is 9-4 BYU. Good piece of hitting by Valdez to poke it through that 5.5 hole. Picks up an RBI. For Valdez, that is RBI number 6 on the season. Here is Watkins with runners still at first and second, only one out in the inning. Watkins doubled back in the third, scored a run in that inning. Part of that 4-run BYU third as he takes a off-speed pitch for a strike on the outside corner. Well, a warm late afternoon has turned into a cool evening in Orem. Breaking ball misses inside, and it's 1-1. The wind has calmed, and quite a few fans left here in the late innings. A really good-sized crowd on hand tonight at doTERRA Field. It's nice to have a crowd back. The 1-1 pitch misses low, and it's 2-1. Some pretty good-sized crowds considering the attendance limits, the social distancing that is required this year for Utah Valley. But tonight, definitely the biggest crowd of this season. 2-1, the pitch. The Watkins, I beg your pardon, takes a strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-2. Valdez is at first. Jelilich is at second base. So, Ryan, you will be calling softball on Friday, is that correct?
Yeah, I'll be calling softball 10 a.m. on Friday. And then the minute softball's over, sprinting over here.
2-2 swung on and tapped foul.
Or maybe walking very quickly.
Briskly.
Over here. And then calling the game with you. And then Saturday, I'll be calling the 10 a.m. softball game, the 12:30 softball game. And then I will sit Saturday out. And then I'll be back on Sunday. So
I'll be here all 3 days this weekend. And then Utah Valley heads up to the University of Utah to end the year here in the state of Utah. That is on Wednesday, and we'll have that game for you on GoUVU as well. That one at Smith's Ballpark in Salt Lake City. 2-2 pitch. Down on the turf, blocked by Sims, and it's 3-2. Are you going to make the trek up to Salt Lake to call that? Still undecided on that one.
I have to look at a couple of things. It can be hard for me sometimes. I don't get off work during the week until 5.
Have you told them you're calling the game? They're not taking that as an adequate excuse? I could write a note.
Sometimes. This time of year it can get a little busy, and so it kind of depends on the start of the semester and that. So
3-2 pitch is fouled back. And that was a fastball from Triplett at 89, and Watkins did a nice job to just get a piece of it. 2 men on, 1 man out. Utah Valley trailing 9-4. Top of the 9th. BYU in control of this one. Triplett now steps off. Three-two pitch misses inside. Fastball missed, and the bases are loaded. So 2 walks in the inning, an error, and a single. And the Cougars looking to add on. 1 run already in, top of the order now. And here is McIntyre. He's doubled and singled tonight, knocked in a run. And now here comes Dave Carter. We're going to have a pitching change, as that's going to do it for Triplett. Tribbett struck out the first man he faced, but just couldn't throw strikes after that, after committing a fielding error. So we'll have a right-hander come in. The bases are loaded for BYU. We'll keep it here on GoUVU as the Cougars look to add on 9-4. No, we want to take a break? Okay, we'll take a break. We'll come back after this.
Get the breaking news, weather, and traffic you need to know before you go. Wake up to real stories from real people. The news specialists on KSL Today. Mornings made special.
I love this view.
I love it every time this commercial airs. I get to drink another Mountain Dew.
New pitcher on here in the ninth for Utah Valley.
Who is it?
It is going to be Cole Yoakum, the left-hander. But the bases full of Cougars. Yoakum got some key outs in that Dixie State series, especially in the extra inning Friday contest. We'll see what he does here with the left-hander McIntyre at the plate.
The pitch to McIntyre. Fastball way up high. Nice job by Sims to come out of that squat to keep that one from going to the backstop. Yoakum, a left-handed pitcher, as Ryan mentioned. McIntyre came into the ball game 10 for 34 for a 294 average against lefties this year, so he's seen him well. 1-0 pitch, fastball just off the outside, and it's 2-0 now. Nowhere to put McIntyre. Bases full of Cougs. 9-4 BYU. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball outside, 3-0. So now Yoakum just has to... Well, he has to throw a strike. And McIntyre will most likely be taking all the way. Tough spot for Yoakum to come in. Bases loaded after sitting in the bullpen all night. So it goes for a relief pitcher. 3-0 pitch on the outside corner. He got the call with a fastball, and it's 3-1. Watkins at first, Valdez at second, Jelilich at third. The 3-1 from Yoakum. Strike right down the pipe with a fastball, taken for strike two, and I think McIntyre was taking all the way there as well. He won't be taking here, though. Full count. 1 out in the inning. Now Yoakum steps off. Wants to run through the sequencing of signs again with Drew Sims. 3-2 pitch on the way, and it's way up high. He walked in a run. 10-4 BYU as Jelilich comes in to score. Bases still loaded. And here's Cole. Cole, another left-handed batter. He's singled in a run tonight. 2-4-5 officially. Fastball swung on and driven to right. That one's way back. Marco on the track, now reaching up. He makes the grab. Tagging at third is Valdez. He comes in to score. Staying put at first is McIntyre. Taking third is Watkins. 11-4 now, Cougars. Nice job by Marco going back on that ball, reaching high above his head to make the play. Productive out for Cole. BYU extends their lead. And here is Pintar. All right, someone fell asleep at the scoreboard. It is 11-4. It says it's 10-4. pitch to the right-handed batter is chopped to short. Broussard has it, goes to second to Morales. He has it, steps on the bag, and the inning is over. However, BYU puts a 3-spot up. It is 11-4 as we go to the bottom of the ninth. Utah Valley trailing the Cougs.
Some people see just another local Utah sports app. Oh, wait, what? A local Utah sports app? Introducing the new KSL Sports app, powered by KSLSports.com. Utah's only all-in local sports app, connecting you with all the action you love. The latest news, insider analysis, podcasts from the pros, and so much more. Free. Available right now, anywhere you are. Download the free KSL Sports app today from your favorite app store.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast. Seriously fast.
Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
And buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
New pitcher on for BYU. It'll be number 24, Drew Zimmerman. Zimmerman on the year has thrown 10 1/3 innings for BYU. No record, no saves for the right-hander from Lehigh, Utah. On the year, 8 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned, 8 walks, and 9 strikeouts. Opponents hitting against Zimmerman when leading off, 143 on the year, Jordan. So Andrew Hacker may have his work cut out for him when he leads it off. However, Andrew Hacker hitting 429 when he leads off. So this is going to be this could be a little bit of a clash of styles, so to speak. But we've seen Zimmerman multiple times before. Good, solid right arm. He's gonna bring a pretty heavy fastball. So we'll see here what he does. It will be Hacker, Madsen, and Aarons coming up.
Well, Ryan, I have bad news. We will not see a clash of styles, so to speak, because we're going to have a pinch hitter. It's going to be Connor Hall. So thanks a lot, David Carter, for that. We had the tease and everything.
Well, here's the thing. I'm up here in the booth. David Carter's is the coach. He gets to make the call.
No,
you know what?
I understand how it works, but he robbed you. The first pitch is swung on by Hall and grounded to shortstop. Watkins up with it, throws to first. 1 pitch, 1 away here in the ninth.
The funny thing was, I was thinking before in the bottom of the inning, I was like, okay, Connor Hall may end up pinch hitting, and we may have just a whole set of, like, a Case Ogata, number 22, is going to come in to pinch hit, and Trey Newman has got a batting helmet on, so we may see Trey Newman pinch hit as well, and, he's in the on-deck circle, so that might be a pretty good indication, and we might see a pinch hitter.
Yeah. And it's good to see Ogata get an at-bat. Ogata had 2 at-bats in the late innings of that blowout in the Utah game. He takes a big hack here at a 90-mile-an-hour fastball and fouls it off down the right field line. And it's 0-1. And Ogata, they were not good at-bats, those 2, and they weren't all his fault. Just some bad luck. But good to see him up there. 0-1 pitch. He's a transfer as he takes one outside. A fastball, it's 1-1 from Boise. Boise State, who just couldn't quite get the program underway last season because of COVID-19. And the baseball team was dispersed. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and skied high behind home plate. Valdez gives chase, but it's out of play and into the grandstand. 1-2 the count to Ogata. In one of those at-bats against Utah, Ogata hit a ball that he didn't think was fair, and then so he didn't run and was tagged out. So he got tough break there. 1-2, he swings and misses in the turf, but he got a piece of it at a breaking ball. Count remains at 1-2, and then he made the last out of the game. So I've been waiting to see Ogata get another at-bat because the kid can hit. He has a good swing. You've seen it in this at-bat. Man, if he connects, it's going to go a ways. The 1-2 pitch. Oh, good take. 1-2, a fastball just below the knees. And it's 2-2. So that's what I was looking forward to here. Possibly in the ninth with seeing Queso Gata get another shot. 2-2. From the windup, here it comes. Swing and a miss. Chased a good breaking ball, and they're 2 down. So Zimmerman with his first strikeout. Utah Valley down to their final out, and we will have a pinch hitter. It'll be Newman. Newman has started several games for Utah Valley behind the plate this year. Out of Phoenix, a freshman. Someone to look forward to in the future if you're a Utah Valley fan. A future we do not know a whole lot about. It'll be very interesting to see what happens this offseason with the program. Fastball in on the hands. Newman fouls it off, and it's 0-1.
Well, it's a hard thing for some programs, especially when you know this early that you're going to need to hire a new head coach, because, you know, it has to be tough to find the middle ground between, you know, kind of letting some of the other pieces from bigger programs kind of tumble on down.
Swing and a miss here, and the Wolverines are down to their final strike.
Versus going out and trying to get your guy right away. And it has to be kind of a tough balance, you know. But one thing I do know is between, you know, Jared Sumption and Chad Foote, they'll really put, I think, a great hire together. If you look at Jared Sumption's track record, he's made some great hires in a short time as AD here.
0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and the ball game is over. Brigham Young beats Utah Valley by a final of 11-4. They win and sweep the season series 2-0. We will take a break here on GoUVU. Come back with the final totals. Stick with us. Once again, the Cougars win it 11-4. We'll be back.
Right next to UVU, Wolverine Crossing is a premier award-winning student property in Orem. With nearly $5 million in renovations, Wolverine Crossing has the look and feel of luxury living, including contemporary upgrades and top-tier amenities. Wolverine Crossing supports a strong academic environment, whether you're on campus or online, and the resident assistant program is nationally recognized, keeping you safe and secure. Lease right now and get $200 off your first month's rent. Wolverine Crossing, this is home.
At Murdoch Hyundai, the model year in the open road to adventure begins at Murdoch Hyundai. Visit Murdoch Hyundai today and get 0% interest for 6 years on a new 2020 Santa Fe or Sonata. You walk through our doors, you feel like family at Murdoch Hyundai in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please, don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here-for-you to learn how to get the care you need.
Winter has arrived, and with it, the Murdoch all-wheel drive event. Be prepared for any Utah winter roads. Visit Murdoch Hyundai today and get 0% interest for 5 years on a new Tucson. When you walk through our doors, you feel like family at Murdoch Hyundai in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
At UCCU, we do mortgages fast. Seriously fast.
Just use your phone or computer to fill out UCCU's super easy mortgage application.
And buying or refinancing a home has never been this easy.
Seriously fast and super easy.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
Back here on the WAC Digital Network and GoUVU.com, Jordan Bianucci alongside Ryan Pickens. We welcome you into the postgame. The Wolverines fall to BYU tonight, 11-4 the final. Some self-inflicted errors, Ryan, but the big inning really hurt Utah Valley tonight. 2 big innings for the Cougars.
Well, and we've talked about this before. Big innings can really come back to haunt you. And not, I mean, obviously because the other team scores, but it really shifts the momentum of the ball game. And it's tough in baseball. The more you get down, the tougher it can be to chip back in, especially when the other team's pitching well. And you have to credit the BYU pitching staff tonight. I mean, they allowed 4 hits all night long. I mean, and only walked 4. So, I mean, they did a really good job of being able to try and kind of keep things at bay, and they really put themselves in a great position to win. That's not taking anything away from Utah Valley, but BYU capitalized on a couple of those key mistakes, and they really put those big innings together. And it was those big innings, 2 3-run innings and that 4-run inning that really sunk the Wolverines tonight.
Yeah, with that being said, Utah Valley, again, though, the offense just not there. Just 4 hits, as you mentioned, on the night. 4 runs on 4 hits. The Wolverines' best chance really came in the bottom of the 6th inning when they put a 3 spot up, but they had the bases loaded with 2 outs and could not cash in for more. So we'll take a look at the final totals now. BYU with 11 runs on 11 hits, 1 error. Utah Valley with 4 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors. The winning pitcher is Cy Nielsen. He improves to 3-2. Devin Smith gets the loss. He falls to 0-3 on the season. No save tonight. Utah Valley on the year, they fall to 7-36 overall. BYU improves to 17-23. The time of the ball game was 3 hours and 12 minutes and a season high paid attendance of 2,053. A lot of fans at the ballpark tonight. Well, we thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Our next broadcast will come on Friday in a couple days. Friday at noon, a weird, unusual start time for a Friday game, but Utah Valley with a lot going on campus, including graduation, commencement speeches will be had that day, so they've moved up the start to noon on Friday. We'll have that here on GoUVU and the WAC Digital Network. New Mexico State will be in town, an important series if the Wolverines want to get that last seed for the WAC tournament in Mesa. For Ryan Pickens, I'm Jordan Bianucci. We bid you adieu tonight from Orem. BYU beats Utah Valley by a final of 11-4.